Right. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Today is also a holiday in the United States, so love that for anybody who had a day off and you're just enjoying a nice little vacation, nice little break. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Today we're gonna be doing some VOD partying. We're gonna be watching the finals of the Asia Pacific Tacticians Cup. So, as you guys may know, that we watched a bunch of NA and EU. APAC's the other region. You know, I kind of feel like actually, let me change this real quick. APAC Tactician Cup finals. And then we'll do some set 4.5 revival because I need to get more information on that. I need to make the comps tonight. And then I'm going to have a sponsored game, AFK Journey. If you guys want to hang out for that, great. If not, totally cool. It's a very chill, beautiful game. Not that the ad started, but basically, like, if you guys really like party-based exploration games, very similar like Final Fantasy. It's basically like a free-to-play, very aesthetic, beautiful version of that. So it's actually very fun. So we'll be doing that at the very end, though. So don't worry about it. It's like in 6 hours from now. So most people might not even be here by then. Is this live on YouTube? No. Are you talking about, like, do I stream on YouTube? No. Streaming to YouTube hurts your YouTube channel unless you are a very, very big streamer. It's also harder to monetize and it's harder to engage. The problem is there's no combined chat. Like, I look at one chat here. I'll show you real quick, but I have one chat here that I look at, and looking at this plus another YouTube chat, it was always kind of weird to talk to multiple chats at the same time because someone would talk about something here, and it was just like a different conversation about what's going on here. And people felt like weird that they couldn't like interact with what the message was going on. So like, let's say someone's like talking about the meta here and some people are talking about a completely unrelated topic. People just felt like there was different conversation happening. So the option would be to merge chats. But Twitch has a couple of rules around merging chats. And so it's like a combination of like harder to manage, difficult to monetize because YouTube requires like a different set of hurdles and just like, so it's like it's not actually making any money, it's just costing more effort. Some people are like, oh, you can get more views that way. It's not necessarily true. And then it hurts your channel. It's just so I basically stopped doing that for the most part. Anyways, not that it's just not worth this. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, which kind of sucks. I wish streaming to YouTube and multi-streaming was much easier and convenient, but it's just not. It's actually kind of a hassle. All right. So this is the APAC finals. This is like the Taiwanese coverage of it, but they do it in English, at least in terms of the game itself. So it's Clement. And then it's Haruru. Man, I love these guys. If you guys don't know who Clement is, he's basically Frodan, but imagine if Frodan was smart, well-spoken, and could speak Chinese. This guy's a beast. Except his shirt game could be a little bit better. But so imagine if Frodan with more intelligence, sophistication, and culture, but a slightly worse wardrobe. What do you think your YouTube chat rank was? Oh man, the players in the YouTube chat. Probably, like, not even joking, I think the average rank was gold to platinum. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Dude, JazLatte #1, 41 points, 648878. I guess that's 351121. Bintum. So the top scores from day 2, JazLatte. This guy is regularly rank 1 in Taiwan. Largely considered to be the most prominent Taiwanese player, although there's a couple of others that are up there. Bintum? Oh, man. Bintum back at it again. Bintum back at it again. I noticed that title is not in this. JazLatte, Taro, Bintum, Food Time, I recognize him. CantWithoutYou, recognize him. Cosmo from MSJ. The MSJ guys are very good. Mode from the Philippines. He's a guy that also was crushing it. Morris, that's a guy that's I paid attention to. A lot of the top players from APAC. I mean, the thing with APAC is that they have so many good players now that like anytime you just pull like the top 32, it just looks like a stacked field. YBY, BBTY from Singapore, that guy's really good. Araye, who made to Worlds last sets. Mid feed, that's like YBY's best friend. Kind of like a precedent to Soju type of dynamic with YBY. And then Succulento, Kahdei from OC, on. There's like actually so many favorites or like people that I've heard of in APAC. I think we're only missing like a handful of people. These are stats. Scrap 4.1, Twitch 4.75, Academy 4.9. Got reroll 3.99, the true low elo stomper. Enforcers 4.2 and Rebels 4.65. How do you cap a Zeri board if you 12 streaked? Zeri 3, Scar 3, and then look for you can look for Caitlyn instead of Kog'Maw, and then play around 6 cost. But Zeri doesn't really play around 5 cost very well. That's why some people like it actually, so you don't feel like you're 5 cost dependent. But cap it with some 6 cost. Nell, Victor, Warwick. Okay. Let's go into game number 1, shall we? Game number 1. Is it ever 4 snipers? I think you can play 4 snipers if you have a sniper emblem. If you have a sniper emblem. Let's go ahead and pull up the thing real quick. Give me a notepad. This is the APAC Tactician Cup. This is day 3, top 32, game 1 of 7. This is Scuttle Puddle. Yeah, people are asking for the scores. I don't think they posted it in chat anywhere, and I couldn't find the link. There's no. Is there information here somewhere? No. TWM TFT. Let me see if they they posted on their Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/TWM_TFT. They streamed Tacticians Cup. They didn't actually. Sorry about that. Way too dank. Nah, they don't have it. JazLatte looks like he's playing from work on his lunch break. Dude, JazLatte is funny, man. He actually he like he has like a library behind him or something like that. I'm trying to be very studious. Worth the wait, Sorcerer Crest and Cooking Pot. I mean, if you want to play Sorcerers, I think Cooking Pot is better than Sorcerer Crest. The only downside is Cooking Pot is that it uses a rod. But he could take this and okay, well, I like Cooking Pot a little bit better, but it does commit a rod, which kind of sucks, I guess. Oh wow. But I like Cooking Pot because it stacks your front line. And I guess the other dynamic though, I was gonna say is that if you take Cooking Pot, you can also still get Sorcerer's Crest, but you probably can't get it anymore. So you just got it offered. Caleb Legacy redeemed the I'm rich button. My god. Well, apparently a lot of people are flexing this button these days. Caleb Legacy, incumbent presidents. Yeah, a lot. Apparently that's the trend these days. Get on it, people. Okay, does my telestration work? Let me see if I can draw. Woohoo! Okay, it does work. Boom. I can flex it a couple more times. Dope. What up, Ulysses? Ulysses Grant says happy MLK Day. Wow. Just feeling the patriotism. Area Warfare Zeri. Area Warfare Zeri. Okay, so we got Zeri reroll. We got two sorcerer commits. IE slamming. Anyone got the inside track on the next presidential shitcoin? Well, allegedly, Trump's company has bought out a bunch of domains underneath his family members. So, listen, man, there's a lot. It's all just one giant scam at this point. I don't know what to say. At this point, I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing at it. I know you're a huge college football fan. Should I bet on Notre Dame today? I think that's actually bad luck. So if you want Notre Dame to lose, I'm not entirely sure who you're invested in, but I know with college football, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of juju at work. So it depends. Do you want them to win or lose? Wasn't there a dude on Reddit who literally said that he would get surgery on himself if Notre Dame actually won? Like he actually, and now that it's actually here, he was like, yeah, I'll still honor that bet. Like there's a guy on Reddit who literally said that he would like mutilate himself if Notre Dame actually wins. He's so confident they won't. Bobo Bob, thanks for the prime. Okay, Kangsunjong also got a tower defense. You watch college basketball? Not really. I don't have time to track college sports. I watch some of the big games. Like obviously I watch like March Madness, Final Four. And if I can't watch a lot of the games, I watch the highlights of it. I barely have time to follow the NBA these days. Although I gotta say the NBA, I agree with the idea that the NBA is less interesting these days because there's a lot of players. I actually don't think it's the a lot of people say it's like, oh, the culture around shooting around 3-pointers and optimization. I think it's boring that stars sit out so many games these days. I just don't get. It's like watching a lot of players and teams just not play at 100%, and if they even are playing hard, they're not even really playing all their players. It's just, I tune into the games. I'm just like, these players aren't on today. OSU's winning. Okay. I mean, I'm not. So basically. All right, this is bad advice. If you guys really, really hate bad advice, not close the stream, mute the stream right now. But I've lost faith in some financial institutions lately. So what I actually did was I took a big portion of anything that I've invested into it and decided to just get out and and decided to keep a very, very small portion of it for fun sports betting types of situations, because it turns out that some of the stuff that I use actually enables you to bet on some. So we put like $10 on who wins the Super Bowl. Like $10, okay, it's really nothing. Just for fun, right? And also we lost already, so that sucks. And then so maybe if I'm a betting man, I would put it on OSU. Who knows? But gambling is bad. Don't do it. Do not do it. Gambling is terrible. I'm like, I don't think I've ever been up in any category activity ever, except I guess betting on myself. The only gamble that's just ever worked out was betting on my own, me. So maybe that's like perhaps one giant metaphor for life. But like any other like straight up entertainment based gambling activity, whether it's like betting on outcomes or going to a casino or I don't know, any even friendly wagers with rock paper scissors with my friends, I don't think I've ever come out ahead on any activity. So yeah. That's maybe the universe working out for itself. Like if I high roll so much IRL, like I high roll like my family and like the way like I guess my career is going. Perhaps I'm just not allowed to be lucky in gambling. Okay, Sorcerer Mumu, Crown Guard, Stoneplate. I will say Stoneplate is making a little bit of a comeback. Like it got a little bit of a bad rap, right? Some people saw the dish soap clip about like how Stoneplate is just awful this set. Don't build it. I'd rather just like not slam and lose streak. I'd rather go wait than slam Stoneplate. You see more and more people doing it under certain different pretenses. It doesn't mean it's good. It just means that more people are willing to do that. Okay, Prismatic. This is Sorcerer's Pipeline. Pipeline. Okay, is anyone else gonna be a little bit sad they nerfed Pipeline? Not because I think like it's not necessary. I think it's actually pretty incredibly necessary, but I also think the augment's really fun. They're nerfing the fun augments. It's just like a fun augment to play. I know that it's like complete and utter BS because it's just way too much value, but it's also fun. I mean, there's some bad cash outs though. But Raptor, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Good gamblers will always find a way. Yeah, true. Take the money, put into 1 month bonds, and use the interest. Never lose your principal. Yeah, you know what? My wife actually handles all my money now, or all of our family money. She is like, she's now the bookie. If you guys, I don't think I've ever talked about what my wife does lately, but she works in she used to work for gaming creators. She used to work at agencies and management companies. Then she like went to org side. She started working for Evil Geniuses, the esports org, under their talent, and then obviously got out when EG was starting to have all those bad stuff reported about them. If you guys aren't familiar, EG went through like a kind of some bad PR streak in the past year or two. Now she works in finance. She works for a financial influencer, like the TikTok and Instagram stars. It's a different world entirely. So she's like, yeah. So she like studied up a bunch of stuff on that, and he has a really good academic study in general. So, oh my God, we have anger issues plus Zeri. Oh jeez. Okay. Build different coronation. All right, we got some pretty good stuff. A lot of people have really powerful combos. Sorcerer plus quality over quantity is also perceived to be quite good. A lot of people actually think this is a real good tech. A lot of people think that quality over quantity is best on sorcerers. It like makes up for a lot of their deficits, and by giving them a lot of HP, it just allows them to play what they're best at, which is burst. So if you have quality over quantity, I think a lot of people like to look for sorcerers, whether it's 6 to 8 sorks or emissaries. She does PR for finance influencers? No, she does partnerships. Yeah. Frodan, I just don't have time to do anything except gamble when it comes to investment stuff. Like, do not ask me for financial advice. I just gamble. I'm just like, you know what? This sounds dumb. I mean, it's like 55% odds. That's not bad. Title didn't make the day 3. I know. I saw the top 32 list. That's okay. I'm pretty sure Title is supposed to just win once a year. I think his quota. I think he's done for his quota. He won. He's not gonna. I think set 16, set 15. Title will pop off again, but set 13, he's just gonna chill. Yeah, my wife handles all the big stuff. I'm the same. I don't want to invest in anything, but I'm so inept at anything business. I mean, I think it's smart. Know your weaknesses. Know when to hold them and fold them, and just stay out completely. Double Bramble Thorn-plated armor into a crazy... Have you ever seen this, actually? Have you actually ever seen this? This guy took thorn-plated vest, double vest, and is on 29 HP. This is where this guy is right now. Have you ever seen thorn-plated double bramble on 2-star upgrades into such a crazy lose streak? 10 loss. Usually this is like a 10 win. Oh, okay. Investing is a pretty complicated topic. I mean, yes, except it's becoming increasingly less complicated and more stupid. But you're not wrong. Either you're like really deep in the woods and you read all like the EPS and like financial reports. What the heck? Or you're a complete moron. I think it's bad to be in between. Let me my suggestion is either just be a complete donkey and like whatever, and like don't, or you have to go like really deep into it. Your chances of success are actually about equal. 3 bramble vests. Whoa! What is going? Is it the academy? This guy went Radiant Bramble, Academy Bramble, and Regular Bramble. This guy actually has the trifecta. He has the natural, he has the given, and then he has the Radiant. What the heck? Okay. I've never seen that. I mean, I guess it's the Academy, so it's like better than usual. I just put all my money on index funds and hopes the economy doesn't crash. I mean, that sounds like you're playing for top 4, and that's not a bad thing. Nothing wrong with playing for top 4. Dude is crazy. I know. Oh, the thing. You know what's the funny thing is? How many people are playing sorcerers? Is like this guy has 3 bramble vests, and there's like 2 sorcerer players. I mean, I guess the Zeri player is gonna get screwed. Okay, Zephyr on the right target, which is good. You have Twitch player. Imagine you're loading it with triple bramble, and your opponent just has 8 sorcerers and blows up your Laui 1 in 2 seconds. Dude, JazLatte got a new haircut. Also, you can tell this guy is... You can tell this guy's a successful streamer. Just look at the build-up of his Amazon packages. Just look at his build-up. You can just... Not Amazon necessarily, but his delivery. When delivery is starting to make its way into the stream room, just imagine what the hallway and the front door looks like. Because the stream room is like the sacred sanctuary. You're not really supposed to have a messy stream room unless unless that's your shtick. Like, you guys don't see it, but like this, it's really clean right. It's like not clean, but it's like pretty open and spacious here. But then there's like a bunch of other stuff like to the left and right. When things are spilling into the stream view, it's like that means you are out of inventory space. SilLuck. This guy's bed. DDX. You don't make fun of him, man. He's... Oh. What were they reacting to? Not his bed. Some people literally take like the term like they're in Caitlyn jail kind of seriously. Maybe they just like all white walls, white bed frame, very small. I mean, it is what it is, right? It's a living situation. But perhaps the metaphor is going a little too deep. Okay, so this is sort of the awkward thing about the emblems is that you don't get the radiant item. But his items are good. If only he had like Sunfire and Redemption, he'd be good to go. Actually, no, he has red buff. My bad. Yeah, so I think it's good to go. His front line's a little bit sus. You still kind of want like some good frontline items. It's all good. Okay, build different, coronation, and inspiring epitaph. A lot of combat. Ooh, share your energy. I like that. I like that a lot. I would put share your energy on a 4 cost, and I would give it coronation. He's gonna put it on Quirky. I mean, that's fine. And then put it on the whoever's holding coordination. Coordination got a lot of stats. This combo sounds insane. BD, coordination, share your energy. It's just a ton of stats. How does academic research work? Do you receive an item with the academic buff or an item that's just the academy sponsor? The latter. You get one of the academy sponsor stuff. That's guaranteed. But you get 4 choices. Choice number 1 is what you built. Number 2 is an academy thing, and then 3 and 4 are just random. So basically, 50% of it are things that you expect, and then 50% are just like random items. Is this anomaly still good with coordination? Share your energy? Yeah. I mean, share your energy gives 15% of your stats, and coordination just gives you a bunch of stats. So can't be bad. Good synergy. Good synergy. How come my chat doesn't show the emotes anymore? I think I have to. Do I have to enable it or something? Stream. Oh. Okay, I have to end stream to get it. But basically, my Twitch chat doesn't have the emotes anymore. It just has the Twitch global emotes. I need to get it back, man. I need my emotes. Need my emotes. Chat preferences. Caitlyn too. That's really big, and he has blue buff and Caitlyn. Blue buff, one of the best items here. Looking for another Caitlyn item, but he's got all defensive items. Just blue buff from Morello. Probably taking a sword. You know what? Edge of Night is a little bit underrated in the current meta. Makes BT instead. Okay, that's fine too. That is also fine. Can't find the settings, guys. It's cooked. He skipped Twitch on his roll down? Hold on, I was busy looking at the settings. Did he actually skip Twitch on his roll down? Wait, you did? You can't be doing that, man. You know, your primary carry the comp. That's a Frodan move. Although, to be fair, I skipped 1 Twitch and I top 3'd anyways. Because I was in a... it didn't really matter. Maybe he saw triple Bramble and gave up. Oh no, we stuck on Twitch pair. Ah, this is the worst. This is the worst. He missed his Zephyr. Uh-oh. Dude, JD is not having a good game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, what? How did Caitlyn get all the way over there? Wait, how did Caitlyn dash? Did you guys see that? Oh, was it deep roots? It was deep roots. I think the deep roots pulled the Caitlyn right before it died, and then she just like was there. Yeah, that was a crazy interaction. All right. What? Is he playing 8 out of 9? He's playing 8 out of 9. That's a little insane, I think. That's a little insane. Is that strong? I think I almost would rather play one Elise one and one like I would rather play two Elise ones. And maybe put one in the front, one in the back, or something like that. So I can actually have like slammable. Because doesn't he have like a D-claw on his bench? Or no, I guess he committed to it. Okay, man, that was a bold turn. Yeah, he kept selling his boards to try and play better stuff. Triple Bramble guy died. JazLatte streaking. Kangsunjong, Korean player. He's pretty good. This guy's got like the Darth Nub haircut. Complete buzz. Military haircut. 7 DOMs. Right. 7 DOMs. You'd rather play 7 DOMs than cut for something else? I guess he has Mundo too. That's usually one of the luxury dominators you cut is Mundo, and you're not really even trying to play Mundo. If you don't have to. He died. Luck. Military cut versus Frodan's anti-military cut. Yeah, I think if I rolled up into the military with this haircut, I would get bullied. I mean, I think I would get bullied in the military regardless. Like, I feel like people would like to pick on me. That's just the vibe I get. Touch of Frost LeBlanc. Interesting. Touch of Frost LeBlanc.
那这里看久等6连胜，不慌不忙，还进了一张维克特，哇！啊，原来刚那个啊一声的是这边哦，哦，拿底今天真的很顺，好夸张哦。选秀他不是首选，但是没有人要拿走那个。
What? Oh, LeBlanc's popping off. Sniper's focus. Oh. Can you turn up your mic a bit? I can, yeah. My mic, is my mic not good? I can try talking more to the mic and lowering my voice and sound like I'm an informative, epic coder who used to hack for the government. Is anyone following the pirate software drama? Like that, it's actually some good popcorn these days. I have no stake in it. I never met him. I don't know him really at all. It's just entertaining to follow it. What's the drama? So there's like a guild, some streamers started World of Warcraft guild, which is a prime breeding ground for drama. World of Warcraft. Oh man. And they invited a lot of popular streamers. Tyler One's participating in it, for example, and another popular streamer, Pirate Software, is also participating in it. And they're playing hardcore, and so an event, you know, in hardcore, if you die, you lose everything, right? So it's like you play for high stakes in WoW because you invest all this time, your character dies, you lose it forever, so you don't want to die. And Pirate Software had a situation where he kind of like, it was like a bad situation. They all needed to bail and get out of there, and he only saved himself. But he could have saved other party members, or he could have potentially saved other party members, but kind of refused to like own up to that and kept saying like it was, you know, just basically didn't take accountability for it. And as you guys know, if you refuse to take accountability for stuff on the internet, people like, especially because if it's like if it's perceived to be arrogance or narcissism or whatever, people really like to press until it hurts. And so it just kept like, he kept doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, and they kind of created like a bad environment, like bad vibes. Because if he just said my bad, I could have done better. Like I think it would have been better. Like it would have been fine, I think, but it wasn't. So he like kept doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, and then eventually they kicked him out of the guild. And Pyrosoft was like an MMO guy, and from my understanding, he's pretty chill. Like he works with a bunch of other people. They've spoken good things about him. So I've technically worked 1 or 2 layers removed for him, because back when I did mobile game dev last year, and I was working on the marketing team, we hired a team that got someone like Pyro Software, and he was a consummate professional, worked really well with our team. So I have nothing bad to say about him. People started digging up old clips of him, just kind of just making him look bad, and then it's kind of clear. Here's the part that makes it really interesting. It's kind of clear that he reads bad comments about him on the internet, and it feels like he's now trying to respond and take actions as if he's trying to like silence his haters, which, as you guys know, never works on the internet. So it's like almost watching like an unraveling of some sort. It's like, oh god. Yeah, so it's just like I can't look away. I feel like I have to just keep reading, because people keep saying, like, they keep digging up old clips of him doing other things, like the way he interacted with other streamers in the past, and like, okay, he was like a dick here as well, so that's like a minor thing, whatever. Everyone always has interaction, especially if you take it out of context. But they're like digging up clips of him like allegedly cheating on puzzle game playthroughs, where he's pretending to not know how to solve the puzzle, but apparently he does know it, and he's like, oh my, so he's like acting and everything like that. I don't know, but it's just entertaining. I know that's stupid. Like, listen, you guys watch your favorite reality TV shows. Some people like watching dating shows. People like watch Love Is Blind. That shit's garbage. Or like The Ultimatum. This is my junk reality TV. Okay, Twitch streamer drama. Fascinating. It's fascinating. Everyone has their guilty pleasure. Okay. The Sorcerer board, by the way, lost to this, or the Sentinel board actually popped off. Sorry, the Sorcerer board closed it out by JazLatte, and Sorcerer on the Victor, the LeBlanc too. Good stuff. JazLatte was really far ahead. I think it's fun. It's funny that Sorcerers is now really back on top, because that was what the stats said at the very beginning, and a lot of people were like, nah, Sorks is overrated. You kind of need to hit the LeBlanc. And it turns out that we just weren't as good at getting to LeBlanc. We've gotten better at getting to there, so now the line is actually just quite good. Maybe for like the last 12 hours of the patch, I just promote Sorks to S tier, and then JazLatte won't ever know. Because the last day or two JazLatte of the patch, JazLatte just doesn't. He's just like, whatever. If I just sneak in Sorks to S tier, what is he gonna say? Nothing, because he won't even know. As long as we all keep it a secret. As someone who was forced to watch Love Is Blind, this is way less dumb to follow. Yeah. I mean, my wife loves watching... She loves watching either like really academic, scientific stuff, like... She loves diving into like advanced biology subjects, or like... she's studying a bunch of AI tech stuff, so that's like the stuff that she consumes for fun. Or she loves watching like like 90 Day Fiance or something like that. She's just like one or the other. It's such an extreme. There's no in between. Alright, gotta run ads. BRB.
以前会觉得这种开局就很像瑞纳塔，但会想问一下，现在瑞纳塔有什么情况才能玩？其实它需要水滴跟法棒开了，它现在连至少你中。My wife's asking, what do you like? You either like extremely sophisticated, nuanced, highly intellectual academic subjects, or you watch like the bottom of the barrel trash TV, like one or the other. No, that's not true either. There's nothing competitive about some of the like not competitive at all. It's just straight trash. No flame. You know it's true. It's literally you can't. It's literally scripted, Taylor. It's literally scripted. Like and you're saying it's competitive? It's scripted. Okay. You don't watch Bravo? What is Bravo?
Real Housewives. Oh no, no, but you totally have watched it. You've totally watched Bravo. You know, they can't hear you, so it sounds like I'm crazy. I'm talking to myself right now. So. Anyone know where I can find the VOD to this? We're on YouTube. On YouTube. Too much value. This augment is really good. I'm pretty sure this augment, if they looked at augment stats, this augment has to average one of the best 2-1 AVPs in the game right now. It's so good. It gives you so much economy to like reroll, and the reason why the AVP would be high is because you basically can reroll and have a good chance of hitting and not go 8th. Like if you have this augment, I feel like your chances of going 7-8 are really low, which raises the AVP pretty significantly if you can just remove its worst placements. Worth the wait, Morgana. Well, this is getting buffed next patch.
现在还可以的是，好险这版本马尔达还有加强，所以你还有机会玩到黑莓先知。那或者是你去玩到
getting buffed next patch. I think on this patch you probably, I mean, it doesn't seem very good. I feel like if you play Worth the Wait Morgana, you'd probably want to play around Black Rose more than you would want to play around like Visionary Renata. Mainly because like Morgana is not really a star in that, but at least you get like star levels for Black Rose, and you get to potentially push levels. Because if you really think about the value of Worth the Wait, the value of Worth the Wait is that you get to hit while pushing levels, and you don't have to reroll. So I think a misconception about Worth the Wait is like, oh, I should reroll, like I should be playing reroll, but you should be pushing levels instead. So if you get Worth the Wait Morgana, I think it's better to play something that can leverage that, which tends to be Black Rose over Visionary. Because with Visionary, you're just going to stay there rolling for Renata and Singe, and you hit Morgana 3, and it's like, okay, you might win. But you're going to probably win anyways while having that tempo. Or not win, but like, you'll be strong. Yeah, so. There's 2 Worth the Waits, actually. There's 2 Worth the Waits. There's also a Cooking Pot. Also a All That Shimmers. When's the next patch? The next patch is in 2 days. 2 days. 2 days. Actually, 1 second. Let me check. Just let me double check.
其实蛮好的，而且装备没敌，逆命也进了。对，这个前排撑起来的话，后面什么就跟你之前讲一样，这种玩逆命应该蛮舒服的，打天使或什么的。对，然后这边这摆位也是蛮有趣的，难道是针对没敌的摆位吗？
All right, sorry about that. I wonder if Worth the Wait got lower in average placement after they added 4 stars. Yes, actually, Worth the Wait started performing worse in data because everyone chases 4 stars when a lot of the time you're not supposed to. It's more fun though. It's more fun. And I'm okay with that, like them adding more fun options like that. Okay, this guy's going Enforcers. SilLuck Enforcers. Wait, I think this guy has the tech. Look at what he's got over here. I think this is his like phone tablet holder so that he can like watch stuff in bed. That guy has the tech. That way, you never have to look away from the screen. Thank goodness. Who won the America's Cup? Spencer. Spencer TFT. Spencer, Weird, JD Zelinsky, and Ripple. Wait, this is Kangsunjong? This guy has hair. Oh, that's crazy. So they actually used an old picture of him when his hair was completely buzzed, and now he has hair. The hair is such a big deal. If you ever looking for like a complete makeover and transformation, like I don't like the way I look, start with a good haircut. Work from there. Work backwards from there. having good hair shapes so much of how you can kind of go from that. As a starting point, and you can actually develop a lot of your look. What's Biss on Zeri? No artifacts. Rageblade, Gunblade, Infinity Edge. But you didn't even need to ask me, Yoni. There's actually a website out there that would have answered even faster than me. That's right. I answered within 10 seconds. You could get it even faster. EFTacademy.com. Really making me feel great about going bald. You know, my wife said something the other day that was really interesting. She said that she thinks that one of the big cultural movements that's going to happen eventually, we don't know when, is it's going to be more commonplace for people to just wear wigs and hair pieces. Like more and more and more. Like at a certain point, that just means that you get to like stylize yourself and have different hair and have the hair that you want. And then people will destigmatize that eventually. She said she doesn't know when. She said maybe in like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Could happen sooner. Who knows? But I thought that was interesting. I'm bald and I can't wear a wig. Well, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm just saying that, like, honestly, it doesn't ever start with you. It starts with the young people. Because if it becomes trendy and hip with the young people, it eventually moves its way up. Old people, it's not cool if older people do it. I think we've established that for a while now. It's kind of rare for that to be the case when it comes to like a cultural thing like that. It has to start young. So it'll be like the young people do it, and then if the young people are doing it, then everyone does it. You mean like 1700 Europe? Yeah. Yeah, I do actually, because apparently that's that like, you know, things are cyclical. First of all, humans are not that original. Just putting it out there. I mean, we are, but we also tend to just do things in cycles. Well, this guy got betrayal. He got worth the wait steb and then got betrayal, and he's now going for Maddie 3. Okay. Okay. And he has an enforcer emblem. Wait, what? How did he even get in this spot? It's like everything is lining up perfectly. What the heck? Oh no. Oh. Vest diff. Or raw diff. An excellent example of cyclical stuff is fashion. Yeah, exactly. Or the TFT accent. We just end up saying the same thing every single time. No matter new sets, new champions, new designs, right? New content. Fun little legend chibis to come out. Same exact complaints. Every single set. We're not very original people. The thing is, wigs are as popular as they could be right now. We just don't notice people wearing wigs. Exactly. Then what's wrong? What's wrong with going for wigs then? It's already more common than you think it is. Just like plastic surgery and cosmetic glow ups are really common. The best part is, and I don't mean to like call anyone out specifically here, but the best part is when dudes who love to like scrutinize women start saying like, this is how I would prefer X. And it's mostly straight dudes, but there's at least dudes who think they're straight. There's a lot of straight dudes out there who say this is how I prefer, and they use examples of like, you know, I want women to look like this, and they say like, oh, no makeup, and they just like, the women's clearly wearing makeup, but they just don't know, they can't tell. It's like that. That's the part that always gets me. And the reason why I know is because I've worn a pretty decent amount of makeup in my life, having been on camera, and you can just sometimes you can just tell like pretty easily without even having to like squint and like and think about it. But yeah, you just can't tell actually. And so if that the same thing can happen to hair pieces and wigs. So if you're like, yeah, I'm first of all, if you're bald, no one cares more than you do. So if you care less, people won't care. Unless of course you're a streamer. In that case, people will make it their business for you to care. I don't know why, but like I feel like there's like a bald emote trend going on in TFT these days. I look at T-Light's chat and it's just a bunch of bald emotes. Balding emotes. But no one really cares unless you care. And then, Is Wybriana in this? He is. It's just he's in a different lobby. This is top 32 in this game too. Zeri 3. He has Bis Zeri. Very early Zeri. So this should be a point of stabilization. He's at 56 HP. You can go for redemption. Play around sword. I like redemption. Stoneplate's a little bit weird because of Garen. I mean, it is what it is. There's some guy who got his hat snatched off a rally, and the number one voter reply was from 25 to 45. Yeah. Brutal, man. That's brutal. Ah, man. Oh, Firelight Crest. Beast mode. Now he just needs to find an Echo. Oh, he has an Echo. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure Firelight Crest with and without Zeri is like 1.5 placement swings. Being bald is more and more stigmatized and used as an insult these days. No, man. Being bald has been an insult since the beginning of time. It's literally in the Bible where like a dude got made fun of for being bald and then he asked God to kill them, or he cursed them and then like a bear came out of nowhere and killed the kid. It was a bunch of kids that were making fun of a dude being bald, and then he literally was like he literally called his uncle from heaven, and then he sent a bear and killed him. It was insane. It's literally unhinged behavior, man. That's in the Bible. You know what? I'm not saying bring that back, but I was saying like, if you were a Twitch chatter back then in the biblical times, it did not turn out well for you sometimes. Be careful. Be careful who you call bald. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, I'm not even making it up. If you think I'm making it up, I can literally quote the scripture for you. I remember reading this in Sunday school. I'll be like, what, man? This is a little intense. It was just a joke, man. God is bald. Oh, man. You're screwed. There's some things that I don't mind being a little blasphemous about because I think it's funny, but like I already see how they treat people who say that kind of stuff. Oh, man. So it's okay though. It's all Old Testament. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore. Bad for PR. Everyone says no one cares that you're bald, but in the moment you're in an argument, it's used against you. It's because they know. Okay, it's because they know that they'll get a reaction. That's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. It's like making fun of someone for being bald is literally like bottom of the barrel insults if you really mean it, because it's genetic. You can't control it. It's like making someone. It's also. I actually equate it to making fun of somebody of their height. If you make fun of someone because of their height and you genuinely mean it, like some people just like do it as like poking fun and they're not serious about it. But if you are serious about it, it is embarrassing. I think that's pathetic. It just means that you can't like you're literally making fun of something that they can't control. It's the same as like I don't know. Like some people are not obviously joking about their height in a serious way. Yeah. Dragon Soul, scrap, 6 scrap. Dude, JD. I think he needs to change his username. Because this guy actually looks a little bit like Shunge. Hold on 1 second. Shunge TFT. This guy kind of reminds me of. Does anyone else remind of Shunge with JD? The glasses and the haircut. Set 7 world champion. Shunge. I mean, I see it. I see it. It's the glasses style? Yeah, the glasses style for sure. This guy like took Shunge's style and took JD Zielinski's username, and then with Soju's placements. Oh no. Oh wait, he's living. He's living. Spoke too soon. All TFT players look the same. Yeah, they sound the same. We might as well look the same. Okay, we got Cooking Pot. Cooking Pot. Camille 3. Loot Explosion. I've taken Loot Explosion a few times, and seen it taken a few times. It doesn't feel like that's the reason you win. Like it feels like a fun augment to click because you know Gamba. Who doesn't love a good Gamba? But I feel like my ambusher coin stocks are not going up very much. Like I pick it and I just don't feel like, or I see people pick it and I feel like it's not the reason they win. But maybe it's because I'm just not seeing the high rolls. $sign ambusher. My ambusher coin is not going up, man. Like I take it and there's just not much. There's not many gains. I feel like the best part about Loot Explosion is that it gives you a Camille. Itemizing Camille over Smeech. Oh yeah, that's actually another good question, by the way. A lot of people don't itemize Smeech. They're still on the Camille train. I mean, itemizing Echo is 100% correct, but I feel like I'd rather have things like this Titans onto the Smeech instead, and then or Echo and 1 Hodge over to Smeech 3. Oh, you know why? It might be because he did a Cooking Pot and he's invested a bunch of HP into the Camille, and so he's kind of has a little bit of like a sunk cost fallacy, just feeling like he needs to collect the value off of it. Otherwise, Camille is just like getting all this HP and there's no value on it. I think that's the logic. Like play around like what your augments have done. Like yes, normally you play around Smeech. I can see that. Truebiz Echo? Are we talking about like Truebiz, or we're talking about like Truebiz with two O's? Is it like TRUE Biz, or is it TROO Biz? Because you're talking about the former TRUE Biz. It's probably like Deathcap BT Hodge, or like Deathcap Guardbreaker, something like that. Deathcap Guardbreaker BT, something along those lines. If you're talking about like Astro Trubis, then it's probably like Zonia's. Isn't Seeker's Armguard like insane on him too? Zonia's Seeker's Armguard plus I don't know.
对，这个版面一个反角，盖
else
伦
plus one
其实低的算蛮好的，但他的强化是选在勒布朗身上，不太确定选了什么。
JG Spark Hodge. You don't need JG if you play it in Ambushes because you already have it inherently in crit. You lose a portion of the value. So if you're gonna play JG because of the crit, you'd rather play something like Guardbreaker. Also, Spark is not part of BIS ever on AP melee carry. Spark is only BIS because he shreds for himself, but you'd rather have someone else shred. You're gonna have damage. If someone else can guarantee the shred, that like let's say you have Victor or something like that, then it's never part of BIS. For the same reason why like Morello will never be truly BIS on anybody that's trying to actually deal damage. But because how effective a unit can be at it, so for example like set 6 Kaisa, Morello is BIS because of she was like the best Morello player in the game. Like, you know, the reality is you'd rather just have better damage. Who started this True Zero and True BIS? Who was Patient Zero? True Zero is from Socks. Roll down. Oh, it's not even True Zero. It's like Perfect Zero. Oh no, no, True Zero. True Zero was started from Milk, I think. And then True BIS was like, I think these are both Milkisms that Soju appropriated, and then now everyone attributes to Soju. JazLatte's dead. I mean, he tried to play Black Rose Worth the Wait, and Worth the Wait Morgana is just not very good. So I actually think Worth the Wait low key is not very good right now. There's a lot of one cost that you're just like, but there's a handful of one costs that are also really good. Like Sentinel is good, Enforcer is good, but there's a handful of ones you're just like, Here's, you want to know the dirty secret about K3 Soju? You guys want to know the dirty secret? Do I have a popcorn emote? What's my popcorn emote? Do I even have one? Or do I have a T? Do I have a T?
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
It's just popcorn. JazLatte, thank you for the tier 1, man. JazLatte, the beast from Taiwan himself. Jazz, if you're here to listen to my commentary, half of my commentary is not really about the game. Now I feel like there's enough APAC players watching that I have to kind of talk about the game here. All right, hold on a second. Thank you, man. 谢谢. All right, JazLatte's here, everyone. Serious TFT analysis time. Trade tracker into experiment Twitch. Usually, it's interesting because trade tracker is a really common setup for scrap, but experiment actually is a very dynamic tree because you have multiple 3 traded units, and so you can always find ways to splash it in. Especially, and then you always can get an experiment emblem, which is the big high roll. I mean, there's a reason why they're nerfing it. Nasher's on Twitch, which is really interesting. I mean, it's probably fine to do that because in the end, all you really care about is attack speed on Twitch for the most part. Double attack speed is generally considered to be BIS. Also, I'm starting to think BIS Twitch doesn't even matter. It's really about your front line. Is anyone else starting to think that? Like, yesterday, we saw someone play Morello Edge of Night Twitch, and they actually top 3'd or top 4, like, because all that really mattered was whether or not their front line was good enough. They picked some BS anomaly like Center of the Universe Twitch, and just he'll do his 7,000 to 8,000 damage as long as you get 3 items and a reasonable anomaly, but just make sure your front line is actually good. I feel like that's like the thing about Twitch that maybe is misunderstood. They had true Whis Twitch. Morello Edge of Night's like Giant Slayer. I could not believe it, and they actually still like top 3'd because their front line was just unstoppable. So I think that's what really matters with Twitch more than anything. It takes Center of the Universe Twitch when he's in the corner. Yeah, but the thing is, Twitch randomly targets, so you can target here, you can target there, right? You can target there, and then it just creates like the big circle at all these ranges. So Center of the Universe generally wants to be in the bottom center, because then you hit this radius. But with Twitch, he actually is a unique exception because he targets everywhere. What about K3 So? Oh, right. Here's the dirty secret about K3 Soju. Most of his sayings are from his friends. But because he says it more often, he's much more public facing. And because he's actually a really funny guy just in general. Everyone attributes to him. Why does everyone sound like Soju? Bro, he steals all his best material from all of his friends. He talks to his buddies. His buddy says one thing, he thinks it's funny, and then he just starts saying it like ad nauseum, and then it becomes a thing. Hello. Okay. Hi, buddy. Have a good nap. Mwah. He's like, when is Soju streaming? He's the funny guy. Wait, Twitch actually won. Damn. I mean, he has all upgrades as well. That's a sick win streak. Pumping up Twitch is also really good as well. Pumping up Twitch. Did Milk stop streaming? Yeah, he basically did. Milk, the thing about Milk is that he doesn't really like... He doesn't like talking to chat. But he also doesn't like when chat doesn't move fast. So he actually has this, like, I think he just doesn't like streaming. I think Milk, yeah, he doesn't like that. All right, so we got Succulento with a 1-1, Cosmo with a 2-3, Cassigod, BBTY, mid-feed. Okay, I mean, dude, JD having a terrible day. He went 8-8. Tamura 7-7. That guy, he's made worlds before. Bintum with an 8-6. YBY 1-3, Jazz or 1-6, JazLatte 1-6. Okay. What's the next lobby? Ooh, wait, this lobby is stacked. Look at this lobby. We got mid-feed, JazLatte, and YBY1. Reeve is a streamer, if you guys don't know. Summer timer. Dude, look at Tamura, by the way. Isn't Tamura just look at his jawline? Isn't this guy a complete Giga Chad? I could peel some potatoes with that chin. Oh my god. If you guys don't know, Tamura is actually kind of I think he's like a bodybuilder. Let me see if we got some Tamura. Let me see. Tamura 7-7 TFT. But bro, he's not even flexing. You can just see how big his bicep is. I'm never contesting this guy ever in game. I'd be afraid of what he would do to me. He's actually a really nice guy, but isn't every TFT player a streamer? No, not every player. Warwick. Uh-oh. Warwick. Oh no, wait! If JazLatte goes back in the VOD, he's gonna see me talk about his streaming room. Oh no. He's gonna hear what I said about his streaming room. Okay. All right. I'm gonna delete the VODs real quick. I'm gonna delete the VODs. Okay, he has early Ezreal. Early Ezreal is really good. This is game 3, by the way. This is Warwick Hunger. What'd you say about his streaming room? Nice try. Nice try, JazLatte. You're gonna have to go back to the VODs to find out. He looks like Jace. Tamura? I can see that. A Jace Talos cosplay. It looks like he's streaming in a vacated warehouse office. Oh no. It looks like he's streaming from the library. Except he's specifically in the manga section. You know what I mean? You can just tell he has a big collection of manga. I just get the vibes. Big Dan to Dan energy. Mid feed. Are people taking Artiller's Crest ever on 2-1? Probably not, right? Oh, he skipped Cluttered Mind. Oh, wait. He needs his Warwick's Hunger. Gloves off? Gloves off? Oh, man. Took mentorship for the best possible combat start. Shop glitch. Wow, that's ambitious. Shop glitch on Warwick's Hunger, saying I'm just gonna lose streak. Okay. I know a lot of people who would not agree with that. Is he going Sentinel Zeri? So he's gonna go shop. Wait, 2 shop glitches. Oh, JazLatte takes shop glitch. Okay, maybe that's just an APAC thing. Interesting. I mean, it is a lot of gold, and I think what a lot of people might be saying is, okay, stage 2, get your free streaks, and then stage 3, we shop glitch, get our board strong for stage 3, and then we make our gold back around then. I can see that. I can see that. That's interesting. I never thought about it that way. APAC Tech. Shop glitch into reroll and be strong for stage 3. Also, it helps you roll for stage 4 as well. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. If I have a question, what are the qualifications to participate in a tournament? You have to be high on ladder, or you have to do well in the tournament. To get high on ladder, or you have to do well in the tournament. And the tournaments are called sub-regionals. So you have to participate in a sub-regional tournament and either place in the top, or you have to be something like 1500 LP challenger. Not taking Unleash the Beast with those. I kind of thought we were gonna take an item augment, but I think the way a lot of people are viewing it is that if you think of Warwick's Hunger as like spoils of war, you can just like use it to get mid-game economy and not focus on stage 2. I like that though. I like different approaches to the metagame. I'm not as stubborn as to believe that like you always do this and you never do that. If you never take non-tempo augments, actually let me phrase it in a different way. If you're always supposed to take tempo augments in Warwick's Hunger, like no matter what, it becomes sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy that everyone has to win with tempo augments as opposed to trying out different strategies, right? This guy's taking what doesn't kill you and basically open fording. What doesn't kill you in Warwick's Hunger, right? This is a lose streak augment and he's playing 0 units. So I've talked about this before. If you guys have ever watched my coach stream, I talk about it where if you lose streak, what doesn't kill you and you basically open fort and give someone no value, and basically the relative gains that you make to your opponents is nullified for Warwick's Hunger. I mean, that's a strategy that I've seen people try, and 3 people are trying to lose streak. That's interesting. The Toronto 4v4 sub-regional is happening soon. That's correct. I found out, and I hope this doesn't make you guys mad, but I found out that there might be a conflict with my Street Fighter tournament with it. I have to verify if I actually can go through with it, because I didn't realize that the Stage Jam Slam... I thought it was only on Thursday, but I think it's Thursday and Friday, and that might conflict. So I might have to... What up, Gang League? How's the Street Fighter practice coming along? I got the gold. I'm not completely useless. I beat one of the people. So I practiced last night with some people that I mashed up against in bracket, and I won like 80% of my sets. 75 to 80%. And then Sajam himself descended from the heavens and played Blanca against me and 10-0'd me, not without even trying. Sajam descended from the heavens and smited me with a Blanca. I'm pretty sure he was playing with one hand. I did take one round when he was distracted. Warwick Hunger and Win Streak is plus 20 gold. Yes, except here's the thing: you can't always win streak. Like Tamura is level 6 here, by the way. Level 6 here. And he's making 20. But not every player can do that. And if you sabotage yourself, because remember, you have a chance of making gold. It's not guaranteed. You have a chance of making gold. You might sabotage your mid game. And now you have, like, let's look at the shop glitch, for example, right? And see how it pays off. Window. Okay. So far, nothing too impressive. Okay, so far, I'm not loving it. Forgot interest. Okay, Swain 2, I'm back in. If this augment gives me Swain 2 and Urgot 2 and like a playable stage 3 board, I'm back in. I was out before, but I'm back in now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And interest too, you're right, you're right. And now you can start itemizing. Like, as long as you have something good for stage 3, that's all that matters. That's where the shop glitch comes in. He is playing reroll Zeri. Sentinel Zeri. IE. I would also heavily consider jamming Last Whisper here instead of Steadfast. I think a lot of people probably think about frontline items here. I think 3-item carry is like really important. And then just like focus on taking something frontline oriented next fight. Okay, JazLatte queued into the Zeri player that rerolled. Hey Frodan, I'm in Toronto and I was wondering if I can compete and watch the 4v4 event, but I can't find the tickets for it. That's not something that I can answer, but I think someone else can. Yeah, Gangly's got you. I seen him pick Ed and styling you with some Shin Dream combos. Oh, Sage Jam. Well, because Blanca is in my bracket. Oh, Trade Tracker? Can you even get away with Trade Tracker? Oh, wait, no, this is the Zeri reroll player. Never mind. Can you even get away with Trade Tracker in Warwick's Hunger? Is that too slow? It's like, because you need like 4 to 5 rounds to proc it. I feel like it might be too slow. Spoils drop RNG is like crit RNG and not true RNG. Where fudges probability to hover near the expected value rather than true random. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Are you saying that there's like a forced normalization of outcomes? Like, basically, there's a pity timer. The more unlucky you get, the more lucky eventually you get afterward. Dish Soap said so. I would trust Dish. Like, Dish Soap doesn't talk out of his ass. If he says that, he has a good reason to say it. He wouldn't say that just to like, just to say it, you know. If he says it, then there's a good reason to believe that that might be true. Loot explosion. Titans BT Rageblade IE. Scrap, early scrap. So he actually, some people, so another thing that people could think about is that you take this augment, Loot Ambushers, and you would think that that means you should play Ambushers verticals, but you can also just play 6 scrap. I know you get less Loot Ambusher value, but than if you play 5 Ambushers, but you can also just play 6 scrap with the... Because you already have Powder. You already have Powder and Echo. So if you just like tie in Jinx, it's already 3 Ambusher. It's pretty decent. He said Mort said it. Okay. Okay. Listen, man, I wasn't there. I can't verify. Nor can I deny it. If you guys don't know, I think this guy is the most dedicated TFT streamer on Twitch. If you actually search up, let me search. Teamfight Tactics. If you go by stream time, doesn't this guy have like the most hours? Oh no, it's not. Maybe I have him confused with someone else. But I remember Riri was like a person that streamed like insane hours. Okay, I don't have that correct. Never mind. It's somebody else. Oh, apparently I'm up there. I did not realize that I'm one of the people who stream the most hours in TFT. Oh no, I'm correct. I'm correct. But Riri is actually top 10 in stream time hours. I'm JazLatte number 8. Frodan in top 5. Am I the only NA person that's like this many hours? Holy shit, man. Everyone else is like APAC. Is that why you guys watch me? Because there's nobody else online? Uh-oh. Self-realization, self-awareness moment. I mean, it's fine. Whatever works. Self-awareness moment. I'll take it. Ariasaki has not been grinding TFT lately. I'm honestly happy with that because I feel like she wasn't enjoying TFT as much. So I'm a big fan of if you're not enjoying TFT, take a break. And so because I feel like when you push past your point of enjoyment, you risk doing permanent damage. I mean, this is actually true about a lot of things if you're overextended. But you risk doing permanent damage to your enjoyment of the game, and I feel like that's sad. I think anyone who's like truly like I hate TFT and I'll like never play it again type of thing, like I just played too much of it, I'm completely burnt out. Like I like pity those people. I think the game is just so fun. Not even an ad. Like you might sound like I'm just whoa, Frodan glazing right. I'm like it's a legitimately fun game, man. If you push past your enjoyment to the point where it's like painful to play, like I feel sad for you. How do I learn line recognition? It's a combination of studying stats and watching other players do it. When you watch other players do things, you start picking up on some of their play patterns and reasoning, and you'll start to develop a stronger intuition about it. It's the same with a lot of different things. A lot of different games. How certain people play champions in League or play a character in Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, whatever. How a player like I'm doing Street Fighter. Experiment Emblem, by the way, is insane here. Like I'm playing Street Fighter. I'm watching a lot of VODs of like Angry Bird and Tokido play, and I'm understanding situations when they choose to like throw out these options and like, oh, I didn't even know this punish was possible. And so like just seeing more situations like that helps you improve your recognition like, a lot. Listen to the new podcast. It was really good. Thank you. I've been playing since set 1 and I just skip sets I don't really like. It's not worth the time if I'm not enjoying myself. Yeah, well said. If you're not in, if you legitimately think set 13 sucks, 6 costs ruined the game, you're miserable, you're just not having a good time, Warwick hunger again, and best of trainer golems again, just take a break, man. Set 14 is also going to be great. I think set 14 is going to be awesome. You're not missing out very much. And the only person that you should ultimately care about when it comes to a game like TFT is yourself. Like, care about your experiences. You don't have to keep playing for the sake of Warthog and me. The only thing I don't enjoy in TFT is being hard bench carousel griefed every second game.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Yeah, I feel like I know what you mean. I also will say that a lot of people are just playing their own game. They're not intentionally griefing you. I know that it's a competitive game, but a lot of people are oftentimes just doing their own thing. So you're not getting griefed. Other people just happen to be playing the game and they have overlapping interests. Danny doesn't thank for the prime. We can all make it out together. Pick 3 people you like in the lobby and just form an imaginative 4v4 team and just think about like how you can all make it out together. Actually, that's the best part about 4v4. It just feels like the griefing, everything like that. Yeah, you're getting griefed in 4v4 as well, but it feels much more palatable. Anyway, Danny Nelson, thanks so much, man. That's why I left Hearthstone. I stopped enjoying myself. Yeah, and one day you probably will stop enjoying TFT. You should go do something else. I know that some people say that there's no good games out, but the reality is, if I ever get like put on if TFT ever closes down, and I'm about to like, you know, spend my last few months alive or whatever, I have like dozens and dozens of games I've never played that I'm ready to go through. And books and movies and stuff like that. There's just too much out there. I'm blown away. Wait, this guy's rerolling Casio? Whoa, energy absorption? Okay. I don't believe in this line, so I'm interested to see how he does. How come he's not spamming his items here? JG sounds entirely reasonable. I don't think Gunblade is particularly good. Also, we still don't have Shred. Also, we still don't have Anti-Heal. Oh, okay. Take it as fun. He doesn't have gold he's forced to take. Oh, sure. I mean, I'm just curious about how Cassie Rio is going to perform in general. Energy absorption, the theory would be that Dominators give you a lot of AP. And so when they die, Cassio's going to have a lot of AP already. Why am I Hearthstark Emerald? I mean, you're not gonna like this answer. Do you want to know? Are you asking rhetorically? You said send help, so you might be asking literally. But if you want the real answer, I can give you the real answer. I just don't know if you want a truth pill or you want some copium. I deliver both. Dr. Frodan is in the house. I can prescribe both. Just let me know what you need. He won this fight. He better win this fight. He has Casio 3 in stage 3. A 3-star 3 cost should be winning rounds in stage 4. Edge of Night. Edge of Night's Crown Guard and JG. Oh, you know what's the 5-head play? The 5-head play is to put Death Cap on a unit and sacrifice it for Casio. Nah, don't do that. Just make Crown Guard JG. It's all good. Martial law. No shred, no anti-heal. Yeah, I mean, you could find a form of shred if you find Victor. There's always that. Anti-heal is a little bit harder to come across though. Gotta get Rumble. On the low, you don't need anti-heal if you have a million AP, but you definitely want shred. On the low, you don't need anti-heal, but he definitely needs shred. But when I say you don't need anti-heal, I don't want people to ever develop okay, Frodan one time said anti-heal is fake, so I'm not gonna make anti-heal here. Okay, 2 item. I actually think in these spots. Okay, so JazLatte has 2 item Tristana. I think in these spots. You should just death cap Tristana. I know that like it's not ideal because you have AP and Tristana's an AD champion, but I think you still get bonus damage amp. It's not like Tristana has 0 scaling on it, so I think in these kind of situations it's not great, but just drop the death cap on Tristana so she can get the kills a little bit better. If it was Zyra 3 though, I think I'd be more open to that. But you have 2 removers, just use 1 remover on Carousel. Do you see yourself going to the Iniko route? Like joining Riot? I tried actually. A long time. Thank you, babe. My wife brought me egg bites. Look at these. With bacon bits. W wife. I get W wife in chat. If I tried to actually join Riot a long time ago, and they chose Michael Sherman instead, which is I applied for his job. I got pretty far in the process. I was in the final 3 candidates. I think I was the 3rd. I think I finished 3rd. But obviously only one person gets the job. Michael Sherman is, by the way, more than qualified. Okay, Casio in 8th. Yeah. Oh, what is this carousel? Huh? 5 emblems? This is okay. Thank God 3 people died, because sometimes 8 people are alive and there's 5 emblems, and your choices are Chem Baron, a Conqueror +1 with 0 stacks, and Dominator. If you're just like last pick and these are your options, like what do you even do? It's so frustrating when this happens. I think this is the worst part about carousels, is sometimes in the late game you just have literal garbage and other people get like 10 rebel. That part to me is like not fun, but I mean, I guess low rolling is not fun. More at 11. Casio's Giga shit confirmed, yeah. Anyways, Riot job interview, AVP 3.0. Not really. Riot job is more like interview process. I also was down to the final 2 candidates for in another timeline. I got a job before I decided to commit to streaming. I got a job at the Pokemon company to run Pokemon esports for VGC and TCG and Unite. I got pretty far in that process. I was down to the final 2 candidates. They picked another guy. I know the guy that they picked. He's really good. He used to work at Blizzard, and I worked with him as when he was on Hearthstone. So he's a great choice. So apparently I'm good enough to get far, but I can't really win. I'm not a closer. I'm not a closer, guys. Smeech Chem Baron. This is actually a couple of people had success with it this weekend. I've also seen some people do it this weekend, and they did not go well. So looks like Midfeet barely got there. He's stuck on 4 Ambusher, to be fair. 4 Ambusher, no Jinx. This is why if Ambusher +1 is really important. Niels, thanks for tier 1, man. What's your work history? My work history is it's not very diverse. Unless you go before esports. Is it like esports or before esports? Before esports, I did a bunch of random stuff, but I joined gaming and esports when I was 21 or 21. My first job was to be a commentator for StarCraft Pro League. Didn't pay very much, but I was a StarCraft caster, and it was like to be a caster, but also an editor and a producer. Like basically during the nighttime I would cast, but during the daytime when we would win studio, I did a bunch of like production and stuff like that. You couldn't really be just a caster back then. You had to learn how to do a bunch of different stuff to justify your pay. And so I was an editor, I was a producer, I also did a bunch of other like technical stuff, like in the room. Like I learned how to do a bunch of AV stuff, which is partially why I knew how to run my own co-stream. If you guys remember, before I moved to the Riot Studios, I used to do the co-stream on this couch with Radiz and Ramblin' from home. That's like why I knew how to set up some stuff, because of my background there. After that, I became a news anchor journalist. I wanted to become, like, I joined the company to try to become like an ESPN of gaming and esports type thing. Like many attempts have been done, but did not succeed. And that's when I lived in Europe. So I moved to Europe for that job for 2 years. So I lived in Europe for 2 years. And I came back and worked for ESL. And then I was a project manager at ESL to work on some of their competitive products. And then I joined Twitch. I actually worked at Twitch for 8 years in 2015 until 2023. So 2015 and 2023, I worked at Twitch for 8 years. I did a bunch of jobs there at Twitch, and then Twitch did a round of layoffs. I survived. They did another round of layoffs. I survived. They did a 3rd round of layoffs. I did not survive. I got laid off. And then I started working at a mobile game dev studio, because I was always interested in working at a game dev publisher or a game dev studio, learn what it's like to make games. So I worked there for about a year, and then I got laid off there. And then I said, you know what? Let me just try full-time streaming, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm now. Tsunami King, thank you for 13. Experiment Emblem on Tristana and a Rumble too. Looking good for JazLatte. Looking good for JazLatte. I think he can win. He also hit Victor. Damn, this Trist is juiced. It's looking like a JazLatte first. And you know what? Shop glitch into stabilizing stage 3. Genius mode. You love to see it. Done good. Thanks for the prime as well. I thought you were 25. It's because I act 25. I like to think that, you know, emotionally I'm older than that, but I think the way I conduct myself, I'm 25. What is Twitch comp like? It wasn't that much. It was basically, it was like, it was like just above $100,000. But you know, San Francisco is like very, very expensive, so. Are there any notable StarCraft matches you cast that I could look VODs off of? There's several, and I'm just not gonna tell you because I don't really like my StarCraft casting. I mean, like, it's hard to look back on it right now. It's not that I'm like trying to call myself an artist, but if you ask an artist to look at some of their stuff at the very beginning, they would say it's all trash. This guy has another Rumble too. You wouldn't ask like a famous artist to look at something they drew when they were like 12 and be like, man, are you proud of this? Like, not really. You're a Riot employee. Yep. If you literally ignored everything that I talked about for the last 5 minutes, and your conclusion was you're a Riot employee, you got it. Bingo. I start to understand why some people are hard stuck emerald. I legitimately do. And people are like, I don't get it, and I'm like, no, I get it. I get it. Nice job. JazLatte, easy first. I was a Riot employee for 2 weeks. Best 2 weeks of my life as a contractor? Best 2 weeks of your life, huh? Why am I catching strays? I'm not trying to tell. Sorry, I'm not trying to flame anyone who's actually hard stuck. Okay, there's two types of hard stuck emerald players. Players who take the game pretty casually, and then there's people who take the game pretty seriously, but they just don't know where to look or how to improve. And it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be like they've never played the genre, they've never actually tried to improve at games in general, or they're just like legitimately like lost, and they just never been pointed in the right direction. I think the reality is if you're stuck in like an emerald diamond range in TFT, you just aren't looking in the right spots of how to improve. You might think the answer is a composition. You might think the answer is asking someone for like what should I be playing, or like all these different tips. You might be thinking about like an augment or whatever. But the reality is you have to address the core issue, which is you don't understand the fundamentals of TFT, because that's the building block. You're asking the wrong questions, is probably the better way to describe it. You're not asking the right one. Prismatic Prelude.
还不错。
Alright.
如果你可以看到30重的话
Game 4.
的强度就很高了。难道真的要值得等待吗？他在考虑，他没有甩掉。
Oops, sorry.
想看有什么东西。不过加特他这边拿到小炮，乌尔加特都是赚的。
Void Swarm. I like Void Swarm a lot. This guy's gonna be woke. I just feel he's gonna take worth the wait.
他有一个右边的
Oh, he's gonna do it.
虚空之门
He's gonna take worth the wait.
至少
He's gonna go for a 4-star.
可以玩他真的选下去了。
Got Vlad.
是血鬼吗？
Is that Sorks?
哦，是血鬼。
You just play
是
Sorks?
血鬼。那这样子就有点
You know how I know is because Korea loves reroll.
是还不错
They love reroll.
玩到守望体系，例如40者是50是会达到血鬼的那些。
Is there another region that loves reroll more than Korea? I don't think so.
卡炮先做了嘛，所以看起来是想走50体系的。然后对面选的是幸运手套。
I had the hard read.
因为刚好还偷个龙爪日炎，其实前期很强，又烧克制的达瑞斯。
Worth the wait is kind of good here. Is it?
所以几乎，而且是满路的。哦，没有，有换一只，还行。
I'm under the impression this augment is kind of mid. There's obviously good hits, but there's a lot of bad hits.
这边 Miffy 这个骑手厨房其实也是不错，这边拿一个野火转直接。
Like if you get Leona,
塔隆蹭队的人对。
are you happy about that?
是有深入讨论过的。
And I can pick up several examples. Actually, no, let's just go through it. Let's just go through it. Worth the wait. Rather than the theoretics. 2 costs. Worth the wait, Camille. I actually think this one's okay. Leona, no. Nocturne is actually pretty good, I think. Oh, wait, I have to go back. Akali depends on how you view the Quake Striker setup, but Vander, not really. Rel's pretty good. Renata, depends on how you view Renata. Set's not really. Tristana is good. Urgot's good. Vlad, not really. Zeri can be good. Zig's not really. So there's a lot of misses. There's a lot of misses. I picked it once and got Tristana, greatest augment ever. So there you go. So if you hit the good stuff, it's great. If you hit the bad stuff, it's pretty bad. It sounds like a lot of hit. I just described like half of them are misses. A couple of them are like, it depends if you think it's good, but the reality is a lot of people don't think it's good. And your conclusion was, it sounds like there's a lot of hits.
意思有道，意思有道。哦，开始卡 ，OK， 血鬼终于能上场了，然后4-5找到。
It's a prismatic augment, guys. The trade-off for the prismatic augments.
这边可能
It's a he's not even win streaking. He took worth the wait and he just lost. I mean, he won his bad, but he's at 91 HP. He lost twice. He's not even win streaking for it. It's like 60% bad, 40% good. Yes, but like you guys tunnel on the 40% good. Vlad's a big hit. You hit Crimson Pact 3-2. Are you even able to hit Crimson Pact on 3-2? I know what BIS items are, but some games you have to slam for tempo. Like there's a recent game where I have a gunplay on Urgot. I know it's bad, but I really had no choice unless I wanted to bleed out with comps on my bench. So Ewizzle, you're in Emerald. I coach players. I've coached players in Emerald several times. The reality is a lot of times you've put yourself in a situation where you did have no choice but the slam gunblade or got. It's way more fundamental than like I was in the situation I had to do it. It's more like the steps you took that put you in that spot in the first place is why you were forced to do that. And that's the reason, that's the problem that you need to address. Not the did I slam the right item in this spot? A lot of times you had to, you felt you had to because of the choices you made along the way. It's way more fundamental than that. A lot of the augments and other things that you choose on stage 3 and 4 is because of how you play stage 2. I'm fairly confident that if you fix your stage 2, I'm talking to almost anyone here. If you fix your stage 2 decision making, stage 1 and stage 2 decision making, to optimize for climbing, some people just don't optimize for that. If your goal is to climb, if you fix your stage 1, stage 2, you can dramatically jump up an entire division at least. But I see a lot of Emerald players just like really mess up stage 1 and stage 2. anything from like they might choose the right augment, and that's about it. Like that's the only thing I could probably say that they did correctly. And it makes sense because they fundamentally want to choose things like augments, but like they hold the wrong units, they slam the wrong things, they don't position correctly. But they made the right augment choice, and they're like, wow, I have like my units on my board, and I made the right augment choice. What went wrong? And it's like, well, the answer is everything else. Oh, it's Ramblin'. What up, Ramblin'? Ramblin', how's the Maro's Rivals grind? You going pro? Okay, Prismatic Pipeline into an Anvil and Masterwork upgrade. If he's going for Sorks, a lot of times people go for Shojin here. Anyone miss simpler times when all you really wanted was Radiant Morello? Radiant red buff? That made Radiant item decision making so much easier. And you just had to remember. Oh yeah, the anti-heal stuff's broken. I'm obsessed with visionaries. I want to make them work so bad. So that's another thing too, which is a lot of TFT players have biases. The better you get, the more you have to remove bias from the. I mean, okay, it's actually like it's kind of a normal distribution bell curve. When you first start off, you have a lot of biases and thoughts about like opinions of the game, and then like you start to remove a lot of that. You start have more objectivity as you get better, and then at the very top levels, you have like extreme stubborn views of the game. It's funny how it works that way. It's like it's the normal distribution curve. It's the horseshoe theory. It's like it's how some gold players and challenger players might come to the same conclusion of plays, but for different reasons. It's very funny how that works. Noble sacrifice. But you have to, if you're like, I really love this champion, I really like this play style. Like I know some people just like they can't lose streak no matter what. Like they just have to try and like level at 2-1. And I would say right there, if you just stop doing that, you probably climb hundreds of LP. Just stop leveling at 2-1 for no reason, just because you think like, oh, like I have 2 bruiser, let's level for 2 sniper, and I have like and, you know, and I have like patient study. It should be fine, right? Like no, just stop doing that, man. You might gain. I'm not even exaggerating. You might gain hundreds of LP if you just stop doing that. Let me level at 2-1 for 4. Let me level at 2-1 to level 4 for 2 conquerors. So I get that gold back anyways. Rocket collection flexible. Come. Any other useful tips? I mean, I got a few, yeah. Stick around, you might hear some. Vlad 3. So do you think this guy goes for Vlad 4? I think you're supposed to sell this Vlad for Econ. He sold it for Econ. He's not making the Vlad 4 if he saves all of it. How many more Vlads even is that? He's at 10. You get 17 Vlads. You're telling me you would give up 34 gold? If you even make it that far, probably not. Pan. Good for the sorcerer players. Good for the Twitch players. I don't think anyone is playing enforcers. Most of the time, aren't you forced to level the 4 unless you're planning on a full lose streak? No, you're not. Not at all. Not at all. That is fake news. What that tells me is that you don't understand health as a resource as much in TFT. There's several resources in TFT to manage, and like, you know, gold is one of them. HP is another fundamental one. There's also a couple more resources that you have to manage that people don't like. Or I mean, items are another one. So HP, gold, and items are the most common. But there's a couple other resources you kind of manage in TFT as well. But you need to go back to the core principle of why HP is a resource. There's a couple of different like heuristics you can use to try to evaluate it. So like you could equate HP to gold, for example. So like a certain amount of HP is worth gold. That's not always that's not always how you're supposed to evaluate it, because then oftentimes gold becomes HP the other way around. It's a relationship. It's a relationship that gets played with as the game continues to progress. So at the very beginning of the game, oftentimes you try to use HP as a way to calculate gold, and then later on you use a weight. But as the game continues to progress, somewhere during the game it flips. You start to evaluate gold as a measurement of your HP, and vice versa. But that's only one relationship you have to think about as you continue to get better at the game. You should manage mental. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a good point. I wasn't thinking about that as one of the primary resources, but managing your mental is also a big resource as well. Okay. End of stage 3, Noble Sacrifice, Radiant. Is this person committing the Kog'Maw? He could. Is there anything else besides this? Rageblade, Gunblade. I mean, Zeri, Kog'Maw, level 7 reroll. Scar, Spark. I mean, but the thing is, Radiant Spark means you're playing AP, so you're not playing around Zeri. I think he's going Kog'Maw, you guys. He has a spat, so maybe he's going to think about going for Automata. Is White Boy about to go Automata? So he's just going to go level 8, roll, look for 6 Automata. Is he going to go for Twitch? This is a really awkward Twitch setup. No, he's saving blue buff. White Boy's going to go for Hog Lamau. Don't you think playing Loose Streak is hard because you're more flex and have difficult roll down turns? Usually Loose Streak is less flex than Win Streak. It's pretty rare to Loose Streak flex. In fact, if that's the way you view Loose Streak, you probably have to recalibrate, because when you have Loose Streak, you have less flexibility, not more. Generally speaking, that's not always true in every meta, but generally speaking. We have a Pan looking for Sorcerer +1. Just logically going through it, the less HP you have, the less you have, the more likely you have to commit to a game plan in order to stabilize your HP, and the more you have to kind of come up with something before you run out of HP. Loose Streak generally is way more committal. And then you add in other different things and elements of it, which is like when you Loose Streak, you get your pick of items, and so you generally get to have sharper spikes. So if you're Loose Streaking, like the advantage of Loose Streaking is you get first access to like carousel, right? So you should be able to have better items, which means that you should be able to play for Bis and play for like sharper stuff. And then if you're Win Streaking, you get less item choices or fewer item choices. Therefore, you are playing more flexibly and like get to just make do with what you got. But that's not always true in every meta, and that's not even 100% true in this meta. Like depends on the situation. Ooh, Firelight Ambusher Vi. Okay. I think very highly of Ambusher emblem on Vi. Oh, I just got blown up. Okay, but Tamura's board is pretty nasty. Isn't the experiment and... Let me see his board a little bit. He's on Echo 1. I'm actually surprised he got blown up so fast. Maybe Vi needs to tank it. Maybe not Firelight and Ambusher. Like, Vi does kind of need some defensive items, in my opinion. Like, Titans is really good on her. He also doesn't have like the HP buff from the Enforcers, because like she has a bunch of HPs. Maybe she's too squishy with like Ambusher and Firelight Emblem on her. Firelight does heal, but then like if your items are like Hodge, Ambusher, Firelight, she can just get blown up. But I was kind of surprised. I mean, part of it's also that Urgot's really good. She seems to be good on the whole overall. Yeah, she is. But like, you have to be careful about like, you know. Oh no, he had 6 artillerists now. Oh, okay, 6 artillerists just busted. Why does it feel like it's okay to itemize an 80 carry with Last Whisper, but it feels bad to itemize an AP carry with Shiv? Because of the main weight damage is distributed. Where Last Whisper works off your autos. And something like Shiv works off your autos as well, and it doesn't compensate you because like it's the way damage distribution is dealt, or rather the vehicle of which the damage is dealt. AD gets most of its damage through its physical attacks. Generally speaking, there are some AD casters that are exception, and then so Last Whisper actually enhances their damage source versus Shiv is a complementary damage source. What does a G mean? that is a really philosophical question. What does anyone in chat want to help out? What does a G mean? Here's the answer. Nobody knows what it means. But it's provocative. It's basically short for GG because Soju and some other streamers say GG to everything, and it's a sarcastic GG. If you're looking for the real answer, it's because it's a sarcastic GG. But they've just said GG too many times, so it loses its edge. So they need to find other ways, just like how some people mispronounce things for fun. So they mispronounce things for fun, and then they just say it because it's like a cute way to stay engaged with whatever they're talking about. Wow, no cloak. he hit the Malzahar and he has no cloak. Oh man. Oh god. I think YY's going 8th. He's playing one of the worst comps in the game that's completely propped up by hitting a cloak, hitting a Automata emblem, and he can't hit a cloak. Ooh. Well, at least we... Oh my god, he has CN Bis. Yes, CN Bis. Yes, this is the point where you would say a G. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, he's dead. You know, I try to stay open-minded. When YBY plays a bottom-tier comp, in my opinion, I'm like, you know what? This guy might be a genius. But just like anything that involves some ingenuity, you can look like an idiot. So, yeah, now he looks dumb. He could have played anything else and probably squeezed out a not 8th, but... Is Corgi the most unproductive artillerist unit? Because he half-time in his ult. I wouldn't exactly say that. I wouldn't exactly say that he's unproductive. I just think artillerist is just like an awkward trait in general. Because it's not like Ezreal is a particularly great artillerist either, and quite frankly Urgot as well. If you don't believe me, try playing Urgot without Experiment and tell me how that goes. If you're like, no, Urgot's broken, artillerist is broken on him, and it's like, no, just try to play Urgot without Experiment, tell me how that goes. I think artillerist, in my opinion, is just like a really awkward trait. I don't think it's actually particularly well designed. I wouldn't say it's like a terrible, like, you know, what is Riot doing type thing. I just don't think it's like a very intuitive design. a lot of the units are AD casters, meaning that they care about casting their ability, and yet it's like an auto attack damage trait. So it's like weird. Even the unit that you would think would like benefit from it, like Tristana, because she gets a lot of AD, so you could like attack a lot with it, and it's good. Is she's a caster as well, and it's probably all intentional, like, but it makes it kind of weird. Oh, Tom. Do things that count for Ginsu stat count for Artiller's procs? It should, yes. It should, yes. Have you looked at the 13.4 rundown? Yes. I actually was supposed to upload it last. Oh, I think it's up. I think it should be. It's actually literally up as of 1 hour ago. So if you want, I'll post it in chat. This is my reaction to the patch notes. If you want to, if you're looking for an opinion to have on it. The big question is, will Tamura lose a round for the rest of the game? The setup is pretty crazy. Cassigod. This is the guy that picked worth the wait Vlad. And what? Yeah, he's dead. Vlad's not even that good, guys. It's a hard 6, not even close. That feels terrible. Yeah, I don't think worth the wait's very good on average. There are some high rolls for it, but someone said like 40% good, 60% bad. I think that's generous. I think it's like 30% good, 70% bad. It's a prismatic augment that gives you an early Vlad 3, but he didn't even win streak from it. He lost twice immediately, won, and then was win-loss for like the rest of stage 2 and 3. It's just not very good. It's not like it's because Vlad's a bad unit. That's not should be the takeaway. It's just it's not worth the prismatic trade-off. But it's fun though. It is fun though. Man, I'm actually okay. So mid feed's board. That's surprising to me. I kind of thought that he could top 4. Fifth is probably fine, given how it was going off the rails. But I thought his board was gonna be much more stable in stage 4, and he lost so many fights. I thought he was gonna win. Also, this JazLatte guy once again in the top. This guy is just #1 point earner in day 2. Beast moding day 3. Emissary. He's playing Enforcer. I thought he was playing Emissary. He's playing Enforcer or Enforcer. Oh, he's playing Trifecta. Oh, GP, TF, Loris. Okay, cool. He also has Rumble too. Yeah. JazLatte seems like a genius. He's really good. When he has a good read, he's really good. I mean, no player is perfect. Except for Dish Soap. But JazLatte is a player that a lot of NA players usually watch and consult if they're a little bit lost in the meta, because he usually has a good beat on things. I think that's one of his strengths. He generally understands what's good in the meta and plays it pretty well. I mean, Rumble 2 on 8 is also is pretty good. I mean, what's not to love, but he also seems he's also a really wide player. He usually plays very dynamically. How can I high roll like that? So Disso made a video about this, by the way. He actually leaked his secret of how to high roll. If you ever want to check it out, the summary of it. Do you guys want like the AI summary, or do you want like the Frodan summary? The AI summary could just be like the cursory explanation of what it was, or do you want the Frodan interpretation? TM more dog. No, that's not the explanation. That's a good one though. You know what? That's not even a bad suggestion. Because Mordog is so committed to his job, he might even respond to you. Man. You know today is his day off it's like it's a national, it's a federally approved day for you to rest. And you know what he decides to do? He decides to answer random questions on the internet. That's what he's doing on his day off. And then people are going to spin it as, yeah, well, of course he is, because all he's trying to do is become a streamer, a content creator. It's like, okay. There's just some people on Reddit who are so mad. They're going to die mad, by the way. They're going to stay mad and they're going to die mad. There's just that Mortdog has a stream and they're like, yeah, it's because all he's trying to do is be a content creator. Nice job. Anyways, 7 experiments, pretty good. 7 experiments, 6 artillerists. Actually, we saw this yesterday. It cleared everything. Summertime, Sorcerer Mel, Blue Buff Mel, Long Distance Pals. A lot of AP being shared. Someone asked about Shiv being bad on Sorcerers. Radiant Shiv, very good, because the base stats that it gives is really, really high. But there's no way you can beat this at all. I mean, Tamura, man, he's so handsome. Gosh. God damn it, he's good at TFT and he's handsome. That's the 1-2. When are they gonna nerf that? What was I saying? I forgot. 7 experiment. Oh yeah, we saw that yesterday and it did not look close. Wait a second. Succulento? 1-1-1-1. Wait, when are we gonna watch this guy? This guy literally is averaging a 1 on the final day of the competition. What the heck? 1-1-1-1? Like I was like, man, JazLatte is crushing it. Nah, man, JazLatte is behind by a full game compared to this guy. Korea having a good day as well. 4, 5, 6, 7 in the standings. JD 8, 8, 6, 7. No, Bintum 8, 6, 6, 5. Not even a single top 4. All right, Tamura's back. He's trending upwards. He went 8th and 7th and 6th and 1st. All right, they better watch Succulento. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll watch the next game. BRB. 1 second. Can we get a view of the Succulento guy? I mean, I'm watching a YouTube VOD, so it's up to them. All right, BRB. Where's NA? This is APAC.
没有错，这个比赛就是要有提问，比赛有提问感觉比较刺激一点点，这样子。S2没有冰藤怪怪的。再来回来看一下，我们还是会看到 Miffy 跟 YBY 哦，这两个人怎么排都是在排在一起。对啊，Summertime 也跟他们自己火的，然后我们最喜欢的 JD 也回来了。JD， 然后泰国这个爆炸头 Fulltime。Fulltime 这位选手我觉得蛮有趣的，因为他自己用的这个小头像也是一个爆炸头的小头像，所以印象很深刻。当然，我们的不能没有你。这个前面2场开局其实相当的不顺哦，是我们看到他是玩法师，那后面2场的话是连续2个第2名拉回来，不太确定他是玩什么。那目前21分，我们抓住的水线可能是加4.5，可能在23分左右，所以就至少还是要一个前6名啊，至少要前6，比较稳一点。对，才进得去。那 Succulento 跟 Miffy 基本上就是还是要累积这次的分数，不只是砍人这件事情，因为第6场还是要继续砍，拼夺冠军。对，所以总积分非常重要。 没错没错，还是要加油，全力以赴哦。那这个哇 ，Succulento， 我还蛮期待他出去的，一直看到从小看到大的名字这样子 ，S8 开始就会有他。这个名字平常是很难念得出来的，但是已经念到很熟了。对，没有错哦。来看一下本人，对他本人的长相反而没有太多印象。哦，他这个很像是在平。
All right, we're back. Oh, it's Succulento.
他蹲得很低耶，他在往下看呢。
All right, real quick. While we're waiting for ads to finish, you guys just have to see this. You guys want to see the craziest fact I've seen today? There's a lot of crazy facts, but this one's the most relevant to people who are fans of Riot games. Keijo tweeted out something. Did you guys know that Faker has 999 games played, match plays? He has won 666 of them. He's lost 333 of them. and a KDA of 420. That's not. Is that even real, or is this manufactured? Is this real or fake? How is this real or fake? I mean, is that even? Is Casual just baiting us? Is Casual baiting me? It's real. I mean, I have no idea. What's the portal? Portal is Heimerdinger. Let me rewind. Okay, it's Heimerdinger. 没错. It's Heimer Prismatic.
他在往下看呢。对，他是俯视群雄啊。
Guess it's time to retire. Yeah. Yeah. Quit when the record books are literally perfect. You just can't even do anything else. It's like too perfect. What up, Alan? How you doing? We got Prismatic Prelude for game number 5 here. I could believe it for one split. Well, I mean that's his career. That's his career, which is just wild to think about if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but the stats don't look. I mean, it's like two fake looking numbers that it has to be real. Succulento, by the way, looks like it looks like these books and papers are about to fall on him. Like, thank God this guy doesn't live in California, because that pile of papers and books are gonna fall on his head. I'm worried for him. I mean, I think some people would take Rebel Crown here, but I personally don't like it very much. Do you take Atwood Cost? This guy is psycho. Atwood Cost? No. Okay, so you know what? They buffed a lot of the bad augments. Before, we used to joke that you could get this into Dumbify, but that's actually a good thing now. So, or actually, Dumbify's not bad. But Atwood Cost, like this augment is just so scary to take, man. And they nerfed it pretty significantly. They nerfed it pretty significantly. The augment is trash. I mean, it's good. It's fine if it doesn't troll you, but that's like a. They buffed anger issues. They buffed Dumbify. They buffed a lot of situations that like used to troll you all the time. So maybe it's not nearly as bad. What's the nerf? It just gives less EXP now. Given that you've seen most region, what's your thoughts on players' default lines on different regions? I think APAC defaults scrap the most, and that was not true in NA, but NA started defaulting scrap more, and they also play more enforcer. Or actually, let me restart. At the beginning of the weekend, NA's game plan was mostly like enforcers and Twitch, which is the wrong read, and that's why I think a lot of people actually did badly. And then as it started developing, they started playing the other lines. They started playing less enforcers and Twitch, which ironically on the last day made enforcers and Twitch pretty good. They overcorrected. And they started defaulting to scrap because they started seeing that scrap was doing really, really well in APAC. EU defaults to AP a lot more. They were playing like way more AP than or some people were having success. Like Coco was defaulting AP a lot more often and having success. So NA started copying that as well. So the final day for North America was everyone playing scrap and AP, which was like kind of wild. We legitimately had like a 3 or 4 way contest for source. It was crazy. And like enforcers was completely open. That was like the really interesting thing. Like NA is like so big on like looking at stats and copying people that they ended up overcorrecting for it, which I thought was pretty funny. Who won the NA Cup? Spencer did. But APAC seems to like playing Rebels. They like to play playing Scrap, and they like playing Twitch. And then EU likes playing those things, but they also play a lot of AP. That was the general impression that I got. Yeah, EMEA plays Nami Swain, TF most out of the three, and then least scrap. However, Corpi is most contested. There was a lot of scrap on the final day of EMEA. I remember that. That's why I was like kind of hesitant. I feel like, but the thing is, I feel like if you got to the top 8, you generally have like a pretty good beat on the meta. So like you were willing to play like the good lines. I didn't watch that much day 2 of EU. I watched a good amount of day 1, and I watched a good amount of day 3. Actually, I watched like all of day 3. Does Tactician Cup have any effect on Worlds? Sort of. It gives you qualifier points, something called QP. And if you are high enough in QP and regions, you go straight to Worlds. And it's usually like it depends on what region you're in. Some regions are like only one person does. I think EU gives multiple seeds. But because in Americas we have different sub regions like NA, Latin, Brazil, I think it's like one each. So if you do really well, you get enough qualifier points over the course of events, you can just go straight to Worlds. Spark level up. Level up is better than it was before. Prismatic Prelude. I see actually a lot of people take level up and actually play Rebels, believe it or not. Like level up is like a Rebels augment. Because a lot of people believe Rebels is like a fast 9 comp because of how, I mean, everyone knows by now, right? Rebels without Jinx. And everyone has seen the Soju clip by now. Rebel without Jinx is not a comp. So why be miserable on 8th? Go to 9. Is tournament meta and tempo the same as ladder, or how do they differ? It's pretty different. It's pretty different. The biggest difference is that on ladder, basically you get fewer free rounds. And any competitive player will tell you. Alan's in chat. Stagzor's in chat. Who else is like a tournament player here in chat? Some APAC players are here in chat. Moji was here. They will tell you that even having one single player who you know is generally a weaker board builder makes all the difference in the world between multiple placement swings. When you're rolling down on stage 4 for like the stage 4 stabilization point 4142, and you know you can get one free round because there's a weaker player in the lobby, it makes a huge difference. It just gives you like all that more time. But losing that one round because everyone consistently builds good boards is different. And on ladder, you get multiple free rounds a lot of times because it's a mixture of like people are weaker, but also maybe people are trying out different lines. The incentives are not all aligned, right? On ladder, some people legitimately might be just trying out new stuff. Maybe they're playing on a call. Maybe they're streaming and they're not super focused. They're just for funning. And so it's just harder in tournaments. Full open is not truly viable. No, it is. It is. It's just not. It's a lot harder to pull off being a full open player. If I want to shake up the meta, the only thing they have to do is nerf Corki. Yeah, but like I think Corki being good is good for the game. Because of how many lines that he can go in. Wait, we finally get a flex AD carry, and you guys want like to nerf him. No, I mean, you're not really suggesting that, but like we finally get like a flex AD carry that everyone's been dreaming. Everyone keeps talking about how AD carries are so narrow and whatever, but like we just let's keep. I think I'm fine with Corki as is, man. That's the reason some players really struggle on regionals. They do well on cups and ladder. That's true. That's true. They're better at beating weaker players, or specifically, they don't get punished enough because the lobby isn't consistently high quality to call them out on their on some of their bad habits. Brutal revenge. Succulento. Take brutal revenge, man. Show us the way. Show us the way. Also, someone needs to avenge Rennie's son. Because Rennie was not successful. Oh, he's doing it! Oh, wait, his items are great. Wait, what? He has radiant gauge. He's checking the stats. I mean, you guys may be joking, but there are stats out for Rennie in general. You just have to filter out the Chem Baron, and look up Rennie stats, and that's pretty much the hero augment. The thing is, like any hero augment, especially a hero augment that appears only on 3-2, low sample size. But I don't know a single player that thinks this augment is bad. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this augment is good. It's just that it's extremely rare. This might be like the least picked hero augment in the game. Not because people think it's bad, but because it just doesn't come up often. What is this guy doing? He's trolling. After this guy is 1-1-1-1 in tournament. He literally is averaging a 1. 4 games played, 4 firsts.
然后拿到一个撞树伙伴，还行，装备目前也还行，缺一把剑，一个腰带可以合成精进纳什法爆，然后星火有了。
Do you play the Bruiser line with this? Generally speaking, yeah. Generally speaking. Generally speaking. I mean, I'm down to call out questionable plays, but when someone's 1-1-1-1, they basically are allowed to do anything they want for the rest of the day. And I have to like at least consider like what they're doing and not just write it off as like this guy's trolling. Because I need to they've earned the privilege of like me taking everything they do pretty seriously and scrutinizing it. Who's the 1-1-1 player? It's Succulento. Succulento. Great name, by the way. Why people took Mana Flow? Oh, the at what cost player got? What did he get? He got cat support cash. That's not bad. That's not bad.
然后一张都没滴到，经济崩了，还不如这里直接选秀拿。有够伤的。对，那边其实这样子雷你要3星其实就有点难了，因为因为那一波升级。
Next person to type fraud gets a perma. Guys, don't bully mods.
不能没有你的金牌两张伊罗伊一折来了，2张一折。
They earn the benefit of the doubt, exactly.
哨兵全队，还有一个猎手
Exactly.
装备全队。他这是没有代价的不惜代价。对，他这是。
His name means suck too hard in Vietnamese. That's even funnier actually. The reason why I think it's funny is because I come from Hearthstone, and there's a legendary player in Hearthstone back in the day. He was basically who do I equate him to? His name was Succulento. He's basically kind of like dish soap. In terms of like very like kind of low key, kind of kept to himself, but like known for an incredible ladder status, like always rank 1, and he could always do it with like anything. Kind of a genius player. And so his name was Succulento, and so it's funny because when he says Succulento, it brings me back to all the memes in his chat about X-Lento or whatever, because they would call him like God Lento when he was good, but then whenever he made mistakes or something like that, they would call him other different stuff. So then when he says Succulento, it just brings me back to the Colento days when everyone would just say like X-Lento. I mean, some people from Hearthstone know who I'm talking about. Like if he did something bad, they would call him like Fraudulento or something like that. They didn't say that, but that'd be the equivalent of it. So Succulento is just funny to me. Also, just want to say it, he's streaking. Win streaking. Does anyone know what Kalento's up to these days? Apparently, he streamed Hearthstone like a month ago. I actually watched a little bit of it. And then I watched him play the Ceaseless Expand. What's the card? It's like 100 mana. There's a 100 mana card that you play and it destroys everything. It just destroys everything on the board. And it's a complete board wipe. And there's like a deck that prints infinite copies of it. And so like you like make a copy, you shuffle into your deck, so you draw more of it, and then you reduce the mana cost by like playing cards. Yeah, okay. So it's just like you just play like It's just the entire deck is literally just keep printing copies of it and playing it and just waiting for your opponent to get bored to death. Your win condition is waiting for your opponent to leave because they're bored, which is kind of wild. Like it's been a while since I played Hearthstone, but I didn't realize boredom is a win condition now. So yeah, that's all you do. And I was just watching him play this deck over, like, this is that would cost player, and he did not look like he was enjoying it. Control Warrior. I mean, yeah, you guessed it. You guessed it. That's correct. The class that played it was Control Warrior. I mean, I think there's a rogue deck as well that did that too. Not bag augments. The at what cost player? Yeah, that's true actually. Considering how bad it could be, you get the thing about it is you get the worst part about at what cost when you get the random +1s. So you're playing like, I don't know, something, and you get like a visionary emblem, and you're like, what? I don't even like. I'm just picking it because it's on screen. But if you have 2 visionary in because you played Rel something, and then you're forced to take it, and you're playing like, I don't know, enforcers or something, it's so troll. Oh, this guy has visionary +3. Oh, you're right, because he has the pan. Can we watch Succulento? I want to watch this brutal revenge. Angers is the worst? Not really anymore. Angers is quite good now, isn't it? It used to be. That's what I was saying. Like, the augment at what cost is better now because you used to be able to get like anger issues. You used to be able to get like dumbify, but all of them are much better now. Exalted Adventure, Radiant Crown Guard, Unending Despair, and a Moonstone. He went Ziggs. He went Ziggs set with his rerolls. I like this guy's headset. Maybe I should get one. Pink is officially part of Frodan's brand colors, right? I can get a pink headset, pink gaming chair. A little woo action. Why is that guy 8 visionary? Well, if you have 3 emblems, yeah, I think you might as well. Does 8 visionary actually average that low AVP though? Let me see, actually. Let me see. 8 visionary averages 4.6, but you average a visionary emblem. It does look pretty. A visionary with 2 visionary emblems. Let's add a third one. Okay, it actually looks kind of decent when you get 3. It's pretty bad before that though. That's pretty embarrassing. 3 emblems, and it's averaging a 4.2. Listen, man. Riot knows. That's why they're reworking Visionary, right? Corgi win this? No, it's only Corgi 1. Never mind. I guess Corgi did win on the other side, so yes, they can. He got Zeeks on his Call to Chaos. Heroic grab bag and still not using it. That feels terrible. Wait, so what are we saving all these duplicators for? Reworking Visionary? Yeah, so, well, not reworking it, restructuring it. They're restructuring it. Basically, 6 Visionary is going to be what 8 is now, but they're going to reduce the numbers a little bit, so that way it doesn't feel as crazy. But now, there's no such thing as 8. There's no such thing as 8 Visionary. There's no such thing as 8 Sorcerers. I like that all I'm doing now with my telestration is just writing things. I'm not even really using anything to talk about positioning. I know what up. Happy Monday, man. Hey, man. Emissary Works is helping me to rank up. Yeah, that's why I'll be promoted. And the AP tech is that. Remember yesterday I was talking about how AP is underrated and people it's not unplayable the way some people are making it sound.
这里如果拿到一个巫师转，确定可以上。
That's part of it. It is a little high roll. It is a little high roll, but it's definitely better than what people think. And AP is playable. Now here's the thing. Yesterday in North America, we actually saw too many people overcorrect and try to play AP because they said, "Oh, AP is playable. I'll play Ali and AP. That's like my edge." And when everyone thinks that, Twitch averaged like a 3. Enforcers were played like twice and averaged like a 2.5. It's like if you leave open the lines that everyone plays for a reason, like people play those lines for a reason, then it's like, oh, well, you're just leaving. So don't overcorrect. Always, this is where you have to put it all together. This is where you have to put it all together. At the end of the patch, once things are like more, we have a better like view over the landscape. Be open-minded and flexible. 3 duplicators and we still don't have Swain 3. Giant Slayer. Yikes. Wait. Does he not have Shred? Didn't he go Shiv here? What? Vandal? Never mind, Shred is fake. Shred is fake. Does he have like prismatic no he doesn't. I thought he had piercing load or something like. That is a questionable choice. Giant Slayer is generally a lot less effective as a damage amp item because you can't use some of its stats. Giant Slayer gives 25 ability power and 25 attack damage, so you can't use a decent portion of the stats. You contrast this with Guardbreaker, who not only gives you crit, but gives you attack speed and no attack damage. Right? Like I'll show you guys real quick. So Guardbreaker, 10 AP, 20 attack speed, 20 crit, 150 HP. Giant Slayer, 25 80, 25 AP. I mean the AP 25 is nice for Giant Slayer, but a little bit less consistent for the AP lines than Guardbreaker is, especially because if you have something like JG. Oh, wait, is an 8th with Exalted Adventure? Damn. Succulento, no. 6 Bruiser, Malzahar. Oh, he got a spat. He never actually made a Bruiser emblem. Just a dead spat. Also, are these items what you want on Rennie? I was under the impression Hodge is not very good on her. Let me actually look it up. Time to this might rub some people the wrong way. I'm about to look up some STAT. Right. I mean, when you spell it out like that, it sounds like it's like a like a disease or something. All right, let me see here. Rennie, filter out Chem Baron. 3 items, 3-star. Items. Okay. So Titans is really good on her. It looks like it's Titans. They filter out Experiment because Experiment's slanting this a little bit. It looks like Biss is Titans BT. And Hodge looks noticeably worse by like a lot. It looks like you generally want to go BT Titans and then other Titans preferably. I mean, it's hard. It's small sample size again, so hard to say. And I don't think my filters are perfect, but. I mean, that being said, he has a rating item on, and it's not like he just has Hodge. He has Hodge and Infinity Edge, so it's like there's some complementary things going on there. Hand of Justice and Infinity Edge. Oh no! Savika wins that? I guess lore accurate. Who's in charge now that Silco is gone? Who rules the Chem Barons? I mean, the answer was nobody. That's why Zod never got their shit together. Because they needed Silco to keep everyone in line. But Savika, I mean, I feel like Savika was a wasted character in Arcane. I'll say it. I think she had a lot of potential to be cool. Maybe they could explore like reluctant motherhood or something like that in the absence of Silco, but she just got no time to shine. She literally, the entirety of Savika after like the little excursion in episode 2 was her just grunting. She would literally just like walk on screen, nod, and grunt. that was the epilogue with Savika. I was like, eh. What a wasted character. He was wasted in season 2. Agreed. To be fair, there are a lot of characters. Not everyone can be a main one. That is true. Except Arcane was a show that actually demonstrated how they could make some side characters really shine and get love with minimal screen time. I mean, that's actually true of a lot of series, right? Look at like, I mean, Echo doesn't even have that much screen time, but he wasn't even really a side character. But like Heimer did really well with just a little amount of time. I'm talking about like other shows as well. Like in Jujutsu Kaisen, everyone loves this Toji guy in Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if anyone watches this anime. And he legit barely has any screen time like at all, but he's just like the guy. He's the man. Everyone loves him. You don't need a lot of screen time to like make characters really shine. His screen time is pretty damn poor. That's what I'm saying though. You could bring out characters that you invest. I feel like they invested in Savika and then they just like dipped out. That's all I'm saying. I think Smeech had shined a little bit better than Savika did. Okay, probably not. Probably not. Okay, right side. Smeech shines more in TFT. It's true. It's true. Tis true. I mean, you guys, you know my favorite side character is in Arcane? Season 2 Vi. Oh, Succulento went 5th. She is useless in Season 2, sadly. I found Loris to be cool. His last moment was quite memorable. Loris? Yeah. I wish they gave a little bit more. I wish they gave a little bit more exposition on some of the characters. Like, we found out stuff about Maddie, and I felt like there was an entire segment or section around the Enforcer Squad that we just never actually did. It was like, Caitlyn was like, "We're gonna go underground and we're gonna find Jinx," and then everyone puts on their gear. And then they play the Linkin Park song, right? They play Heavy as a Crown. You're like, holy shit, this is the moment. Like, Vi puts on the gauntlet. This is when she, like, assumes the lore. Wait, why goes first? Nice. Guy's a demon. He's back. And then the whole thing happens in, like, 2 minutes? And then you're just like, okay, and then that's that. I was expecting more, man. I thought they put like the Piltover Avengers together, and it turned out it was just like a 2-minute music video. And I was like, all right. I understand they're limited on time. I was ready to have my socks blown off of like, okay, this is it, the Enforcer Squad. Even Loris was a more impactful side character than Savika. Yeah. Well said. Well said. By the way, to be a caster in APAC, like, you either have to be literally Clement or you have to be like 1600 LP, man. I promise you, these casters in APAC, like if they're like usually like 1600 LP minimum. Haru is like 1600 LP when he's running it down. Best Sato is usually like top 10 in Japan whenever he's casting. In China, they usually get like the players to cast, and in NA you're stuck with Frodan.
前面看到小飞啊，现在都不是很开心。对啊，以前都必留的，现在会有一场开局。
What region is APAC? Asia Pacific. Frodan beat title though. Oh, true. I mean specifically, if I'm not stopping and defending in North America, who is?
对，我们 Day 2转播3至5家人，然后还是第6名，真是有点离谱。作为钢普跟达瑞文的过渡，还行。 斗士装现在可以玩的确实很多，主流的玩法就是瑞尔，然后拿铁这里瑞纳打。
You once lost a lobby to me, so it evens out.
全套那。
I don't know if I'll be able to emotionally recover from this. Okay, so this is Hyman Prismatic again. This is game 6 of 7. Just to set some stakes. So these are the best performing people from so far in the day. We're in the top 16 now. The VN casters are Diamond and Masters. Oh, are they? Well, it sounds like Vietnam might be more casual facing. Maybe that's important. Chem Baron crown. You take that. I think you should. If you have a Chem Baron start. He has no Chem Baron units. Okay. Understandable. If you don't have any Chem Baron units, he also has an Urgot too, so he has direction. I see. So he's just gonna roll it for an Urgot item. I think he'll accept anything that's good on Urgot. Can you start a poll on which season was better for Arcane? I mean, do we really need a poll for that? I guess you're curious about how many people think season 2 is better than season 1. I'm pretty sure almost everyone agrees season 1 was better than season 2, but it's not because season 2 was bad, it's because season 1 was like goated. I think season 1 was like 10 out of 10, and I rarely say that about things. Like, I'm not a hyperbolic person that just gives out 10s to anything that's mildly interesting. But like, I think season 2 was like an 8 out of 10, and that's still good. It's not even a hot take. I think that's like I think actually I have a very popular take. I think the unpopular take is season 2 is as good as season 1. Okay, we leveled to 5 at 2-2 with scrap. Is it really that important to maintain tempo here? I feel like scrap. I mean, I guess he is leveling for 4 scrap and playing the Smeech. But like, is it really important to level here? Succulento. Count, thank you for the 4 months. Thanks for the knowledge. No problem. After we're done with these games, I'm gonna play some set 4 on PBE. You guys should play with me. If any of the viewers wanna play with me, I'll give out some little legend egg codes. I got a few. I gave out most of my treasure token codes, but I got some little legend egg codes to give away. Actually, I might have some treasure token codes left. I have to look. But we'll play some set 4 revival because I need to put up the tier list tonight or tomorrow, and I haven't gotten started on it. I've only played like 5 games of it. Does scrap count trainer golem? Yes, it does. That's why in Mbessa, if you get 3 emblems, you get like Dominator Crest, you get like Visionary Crest, and you get something else that's equally useless, like Chem Baron, and you get no Chem Baron units. All of stage 2. You can always just like play like scrap or something. In the worst case scenario, not that you should always be like, oh, it was like scrap game. But if you have it like a Trundle 2 and you have like completely useless Mbessa stuff, you can consider scrap. Speaking of wandering trainers, got one here by MSJ on. Is Anna an actual player or is he like a coach? I guess I forgot. MSJ has like a player slash coach. But do they have a coach slash player? Because that's me. I'm coach slash player, not player slash coach. Heimer and Alawi in the same shop. He doesn't take it though. He's playing scrap.
应该是拿铁断的是 Succulento， 所以目前其他人看起来是没有能力断拿铁的5连胜的，除非又进了一些什么4倍。是 W Crane 的话，这个一星的主 C 应该比较难。
Do a poll on season 1 versus season 2 music. Oh, that actually might be a hard one. I think I might be biased in this one, but I actually am curious. If you guys didn't know, by the way. I got the season 2 soundtrack on vinyl for Arcane. It's actually like a we're starting a vinyl collection, and we have this one for Arcane. We actually have one for season 1 as well, so it's pretty dope. But so I might be biased, but I think I'm voting season 2. That was my Christmas present to Taylor, because she loved the music. I can't remember season 1 music. What are you talking about? Have you not played against the last drop map? I think we need to listen to some of it right now. Let me mute some casters here. We need to appreciate some art. It's our song, sis. I mean, Stro made clears. You guys are not wrong. Okay, we got target dummy here. Academy experiment plus scrap. The Academy is Shiv, Rageblade, and Declaw. I think I finally updated the Academy for the first time while watching. Season 2 has the Heimer song, though. You're not wrong. I mean, Season 2 has a lot of music. I think they went really hard on the music for Season 2. I mean, they went hard on everything, but Season 2 was great. Oh, dude, he's playing straight from the Korean Pro Gamer House on. You can see it, man. Dude, they legitimately have pro gaming houses in Korea for TFT, and MSJ is one of them. Could you imagine? I'm pretty sure NA would murder each other. Setsuko and Milk were about to get into a fist fight for EWC. Who won the tournament? Yesterday? Spencer did. Okay, here we go. Augment. Why? Because Milk kept bothering about Setsuko about his habits, and Milk wouldn't leave him alone. I think Milk was right, but I think he went about it the wrong way and just kept basically like hyper fixating on Setsuko, like the way Setsuko was doing some of his habits. And like obviously Milk is like, I think he's correct, but he needed to not communicate in the way he did. Probably it's like a classic Milk situation. And I think that at one point they were like really they were really angry at each other, and they just like weren't on talking terms, but they were still scrimming and stuff like that. And then poor Toronto Tokyo, like Soju is non-confrontational, so he just generally like doesn't try to get involved. Soju's like very, very anti-conflict. Oh, dumbify. So poor Toronto Tokyo is out here just trying to like talk and bring the group together, and he's like a grown-ass man in his 30s trying to like talk about TFT, and everyone's just like quiet and ignoring it. Spill the habits. Basically, Soju and Setsuko are grind demons. Like, not like your average demons. They're like special grade. And so when the set comes out and they're grinding EWC, I think they just literally didn't leave the practice room. They was, and you know what that means, right? If they stay in the back, they stay in the practice room. They wouldn't go to their hotel, and they would sleep on the floor, and they wouldn't change their clothes or anything like that. Like straight up, unbelievable grind work ethic. But that's just like the way they would like sleep like 4 hours a day, and Milk was like, getting on their case about it. So they were like hyper grinding, and like it wasn't even just like about like what it's like to sleep, but like also they weren't cleaning up after themselves as much too. So they like Milk like took a really big issue with like, hey, let's keep the area cleaner, but like, you know, he can't get off the subject. So it just like leads to conflict. Okay, wow, 3 fire sales. Yeah, this augment might be a little OP, guys.
也是很强的一个银色。哇，不能没有你带了一下。他其实还好，他装备还好，他就拿贵的就好了。拿钱的。
Aren't they all in their late 20s? They're all grown-ass adults, not only Toronto. Yeah, that's true, except you're using like real-world measuring sticks. You have to like minus 8 years for gamers. It's not the expected curve. We're behind. So if you're like 26, you're like actually 18. It's like dog years. Yeah, exactly. For every 7 years in real life, we emotionally mature 1. Twisted Fate 2. This is definitely another build that's becoming more prominent. We added it to TFT Academy last night. I don't even think we have the right version, by the way, because people play multiple versions of this. Some people play like the Sentinel version, and some people play like the Set Bruiser version of this. They play like Set Steb instead of Loris and Alawi because it's just more, it's like too expensive. And so this version of reroll is fascinating. Okay, if you're playing on TF, I think I would take Radiant Deathcap, but he might do something else. The problem is, I think Radiant Deathcap, they nerfed its actual damage, so it's like less good now. It was so good in like set 11, and then set 12 they like nerfed it. And so now holy shit, you see the backline damage? What the? Okay, TF is not, I mean, it's all 1-stars, but like it just looks very impressive visually. That was crazy. What the heck? I was a League of Legends manager in Tier 1 Latin for 4 years, and you would not believe what these MFs understood as acceptable ways of living their life. Oh, I would believe it. I'd believe it. There are definitely like some gamers who are just, they go way too hard. Absolute degen behavior. Okay, we got Scrap for Succulento. I mean, the Scrap spot looks really good. You got Eye for an Eye, and you got Scrap, so item augment power. Oh, look at the Dumbify player. I was gonna talk about item slams. What is he going for? Oh, Corky pair? He's going Twitch? Okay. I would still think about he would have had Corky too. Because like the whole point is you just set up backline damage with Dumbify. Double Rage Blade. Redemption probably. IE. I think I would go Redemption, Adaptive, and then play around Bow. Because Redemption is really good with the dummy. It heals the dummy's HP. I actually would go as far as to say that if you play Dumbify, Goldify, Redemption is mandatory for frontline. That's not bad for at what cost? Reinforcements. He hits Zoe too immediately. Can he stop rolling? He's playing Rebels. Can he stop rolling? I mean, ideally, yeah. He has Jinx already. No item Zoe. You'd rather put Shiv on the Jinx because all of his power is concentrated. So it's kind of like what we talked about before, which was like, remember he had Death Cap on his Tristana? And I was saying like you just might as well triple stack. I think he's doing the same thing here. Does redemption heal a percentage of the holder's max HP, or for a percentage of the healing recipient's HP? I feel like it heals both. Oh no, it's missing HP. I thought. Sorry, I misunderstanding the question. It's just missing HP, isn't it? And it's a percentage base. I had a player who liked having a glass of water next to his bed and got up every day and kicked it and broke it. For a whole month, he walked around the broken glass instead of picking it up. He also went to sleep with food in his pillowcase in case he got hungry. We won both splits and went to MSI that Worlds that year. Wow, what a paragraph. What a paragraph. Oh god. Kept food in his pillowcase in case he got hungry at night. Wow. I'm assuming it's like packaged food, right? It's not he didn't keep like a bowl of spaghetti. Yeah. I mean, the marinara can be a comforting scent. No, man, it was a sandwich on his pillow. Ow. All right. I did not need to know that. Anyone trying to argue that basic hygiene for half an hour a day prevents you to grind develop desperately needs to get their life in order. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong, but you have to understand another process, which is natural selection. And so what ends up happening a lot of times when it comes to evaluating these gamer habits is that there's a certain group of players whose skill sets are selected for in order to achieve this level of gaming greatness. And it usually means that they're trading off focus on other areas of life. If you think about life as a stats distribution, like you're a character in a video game, but it's real life, and you have 100 stats points. A lot of gamers put 99 of it into grinding. 0 into communication skills, 0 into basic hygiene, I guess, 0 into like their future like academic career prospects. They put like 99 into like one thing. It's not like they don't, like they're not capable of it, or even that they don't want to. It's just that it's not even in their focus, man. It's because they're so tunneled on like one thing, and that is what's enabling them to grind so hard that it's like there's no part of their brain that actually says like, hey, stop what you're doing and like focus on these other areas of life. Like it's not like they're unable to actually do those things or learn them. It's just that it's like the type of gamer that naturally excels at this are the type of gamers that also put all their focus and dedication on it, to a fault probably. So it's not even like, yeah, so you have to understand that that's why it tends to be the case. Like it's not like, you know, you're looking at the group of players who end up making those decisions and saying like all gamers are like that. It's like, well, that's actually kind of the players that are selected for. I'm not defending them, by the way. If you show up to the next TFT Open in Paris and you are not down with the hygiene, I am not hugging you, and we're not high-fiving. No picture. I'm just gonna stop you right there. Halt. No picture. We'll do a long distance pals handshake. Wait, 8 Zoes. Please take care of yourself. and change clothes. Some people like say like, oh, but I shower and I put on deodorant. Yeah, but you wear the same clothes, you don't wash your clothes, and they still smell like your sweat. Like, I'm just telling you, man. There's nothing wrong with the way you want to do yourself. But I will say no to that. However, at the same time, these gamers like who also choose to not take care of themselves that way, I totally get why.
根本是动都动不了的。他是有一张8等维克特，但也完全不够打。对，所以感觉刚刚那边有可能是要印刷跟。
All right, well, look, guess what happened? JazLatte they got to 9, and he got to 9, and he got Jinx. He sacked a little bit, but looks like he's very healthy. I mean, overall, JazLatte, he's showing you like what I was talking about with the Rebel line. He's one off Zoe 3, by the way. Just needs to hit any Zoe 3, and the game's over. But showing you like that's why it's important to get to 9. What did he take for Jinx? Probably some kind of, let me actually see. Is it Nothing Wasted? Nothing Wasted is the best Jinx one, but there's a couple of acceptable ones on Jinx. I actually think the finisher is pretty good on Jinx. Just so much damage, it basically like adds a little bit extra and nukes it. There was rumors in Chinese League of Legends back in the day that they would piss in bottles between scrim blocks. Alright, I mean, I can't get behind that, man. The bathroom is just like 10 steps away. Come on. He high rolled though. Jinx before 8, Echo 2 plus 1 shot for Zoe to do to augment. Well, sure, he high rolled, but it's about learning what to do with your high roll. I was watching a streamer yesterday who they had a sorcerer board, and their board was 100% high roll, where they didn't need to roll at all and they can go to level 9. But they said, oh, but I think I'm supposed to roll here. And they rolled from 30 gold to 0, and they rolled to 0 every turn for the rest of the game. And they finished 3rd place. They were like they were towards the bottom. They were like in 6th or 7th place. They rolled to 0 every single turn. And then they said, oh, that's good. A good 3rd, guys. And then they decided to move on. When in reality, they actually were in a position to win the game. If they just like recognized that they should have stopped rolling there. And also a lot of play. Oh, hi, guy. Hey. Oh my God, my son is crawling into. He's gonna crawl into frame in like 10 seconds. My son is crawling on the floor. So yes, it is high roll, but a lot of people are high rolling and not even realizing it, and then more importantly, they're not even converting off of it. And then they're like, they get like a 3rd, and they're like, oh, that's good. You know, plus 20 LP, that's pretty good. In reality, they could have played for 1st. So about managing it. Hey. Hey. Kangsunjong, okay, nice. Uh-oh, he's about to pull over the trash can. Was it Box? No, I didn't watch Box yesterday. It's not a popular streamer, so I watch random streams from time to time just to see how people are approaching TFT. Hey, hello, how's your nap? Yeah. It was me, guys. I was watching my own games. No, it wasn't me. I didn't play any TFT. I haven't played TFT in like a week. I actually, I think that if I played right now, I would run it down. If I don't play TFT for like 3 to 4 days, I feel like I forget how to play the game. Maybe that's like a getting old thing, but like I don't play TFT for 3-4 days, and all of a sudden I feel like I don't even know how to do anything anymore. He doesn't know you, little bro. You know, at one point as a dad, I was a little insecure about that, because whenever he would see his mom, my wife Taylor, he would be smiling, and then he would look at me. He would just stare at me with the really intense eyes. And I'm like, I'm your dad, I swear. But now he recognizes me. Now, this is at the very beginning. I was kind of a little A little worried about it. Zoe 3, one Zoe. Jinx 2. I mean, that should be enough to close out. He did lose 3, but he also needs another unit besides Naked Zoe. Not playing Elise. Guard Breaker's generally really good. Oh, he doesn't have Sunder. Okay, that makes sense. He sees your blue hair and knows you're different. Babies don't understand that. To him, blue hair is actually very normal. He doesn't understand the concept of like blue hair is different. Oh, GG's. GG's. Nice. I mean, to be fair, he had 8 Zoes and he's been rolling for an entire stage. So this was expected. Nice job, Jazz. JazLatte is a beast. Succulento, another top 4. Neither Zoe items, it's fine. It doesn't matter, like he can go for a Zoe item off carousel here. He only had 1 remover, so he can go for a 3rd item on carousel, and then yeah. I will say that this was like the TF board still killed a good amount of units. I think the TF board is actually quite good. Succulento 4. No idea why Jazz didn't roll all this time. He left himself open to have Zoe held by others, because even saving goal for Jinx 2 didn't help him much. There's a couple of things about that. Like the first is he's winning rounds anyways, so you probably don't need to roll immediately. 2, the likelihood of finding Zoe is actually kind of low, believe it or not. Even though you have 8 copies, you might think you're close, but you're still not that close. And then he by not rolling, he actually, most importantly, keeps the door open to go to 10. Because if you think about the idea that Zoe 3 is not likely to happen, he still at least keeps his options of 1, being able to roll with more gold because he's racking up more interest, so he's able to increase his chances of hitting if he rolls down, and 2, he can go to 10. The downside of it is that as people die, more and more forecasts go into the pool, so his odds actually get worse. But you're right that technically someone could like hold it and stop him from doing it, but I think that it's like generally like the more well-rounded approach. If his only out in the game to win and do well was Zoe 3, then I think I would agree, but he wasn't in a position to do that. His position wasn't desperate at all. His position wasn't desperate at all. He was 70 something HP, went to 9, very stable, got the Jinx. He just needed to make sure to econ up enough to get Jinx 2 and maybe go for Zoe 3, and if not, then go to 10. So he was in a pretty powerful position to hedge to make sure that he covered all his bases. TF real quick record looks strong. I agree. I think it looks. I don't know if it's like a play. I don't know if it's like as good as like Urgots and some of these other like reroll comps, but when you have a spot for it, it looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty impressed with the Akali variation of it. What do comps do you think works best with quality for quantity? I think sorcerers are really good right now. I think sorcerers, either 4 emissary sorks or vertical sorks, both are good. Because every sorcerer, like basically with quality over quantity, it's like a sum of its parts. And also because the radiant item skews to helping frontline a lot. So if you get like a radiant stone plate and redemption and everything like that, like it can actually make your Swain pretty tanky. Elise can get a lot done if you're able to get Elise. And then you have the emissary / sorcerers, all of them contributing and pitching in a good amount of damage. It's quite good. What's the more common tier reroll board? Instead of playing around Alawi and this like Rumble and things like that, you play Set and Steb. It's much more cheap and lowest. It's much more approachable. So you play 4 Quick Striker plus Steb Set, or or you go down a number of quick strikers. You only play TF and like Mbessa per se, and then lean into other packages, some more Sentinels. Maybe you play like if you're playing TF, you could also play Nocturne Malzahar. You could also play 6 costs, right? You have flexible spots. 4 quick striker is good. But if you really think about it, the dash isn't very important for Twisted Fate. If you're not playing around the melee carry aspect of it, it's not that important to have 4 quick strikers. It's still good to have. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't think that you never play 4 quick strikers. It's all about like evaluating your spot. If you had to cast a Pro League match, do you think you could fake it well enough? League of Legends? Oh yeah. I would just I know exactly what I would do. I would literally just go to Leaguepedia and then just read a bunch of ability names. Read player names, team names, ability names, champion names, item names, and then just basically have the list in front of me and just start reading the list. And then at the very end, punctuate it with a pretty hype one-liner. And they will not be stopped! And then that's what I do. I would just yell for like 30 seconds long and just do that, and then that's the game. That's League of Legends cast. I mean, what do I even pull up here? LEC Winter. We got Vitality versus Heretics. And I just look at these player names. These are casters. I need the player names. Jojo Pyun? Oh right, that's right. I forgot. I was like, what? Wait, is he? Oh, actually, I'm really looking forward to that. By the way, hold on. Jojo Pyun going to LEC is probably going to be my favorite storyline for Pro League for the next few months. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, did they start already? Oh, they actually started. Wait, what? I haven't actually been following. How'd they do? 2-1? How did they do? I can't read this, by the way. They're playing at the... Oh, they're literally playing right now. Oh, well, classic Riot marketing, am I right? How would I know? All right. Speaking of marketing, can you guys watch some ads real quick? BRB. 3到5分吧。对对对。那坎桑俊如果赢的话，我觉得也是历史性的一刻，因为我们从来没有这个联盟起手杯可以赢2次的，目前没有发生过。确实，现在还应该还不到10次的联盟起手杯。对，前面只打过6次一刻，因为我们从来没有Jojo went 0-7. That's not good. 没有的祝福。That's not good. 所以没有祝福就很多变数了，甚至有那种2个起手皇冠或者是国产。 对，真的不开出来的话，还不太确定要走哪个方向。对，我感觉最好就是有人去帮你探路这样。没错。Ramblin just posted a retirement tweet. Hold on 1 second. Did he now? Ramblin, very likely done with competing in TFT. I've accepted it's not a game that aligns enough with my interests to dedicate the time needed to succeed. I'm still deciding if I want to approach the game from a different angle, whether it be educational, casual, or not at all. Oh, Sag. All right. We lost another one, boys. The good ones always go out early. That's okay, though. A good run. And you know what? Doesn't this actually increase the likelihood? Actually, I feel like he actually had retired for quite some time. But this actually means he's not done competing because he tweeted about it. And you guys know the rules. When you announce your departure, that means you're coming back. You can't just tweet it. That's not how it works, man. They just have to release one really good set and he's back. Does that mean don't talk if you don't know is coming back?
又是一个祖传机器人嘛，我的
No comment.
各式的诱惑我受不了。没有那个
Because I don't know. And who knows? I specifically used the word hiatus.
真的不卖，真的不卖。这机器人难道
Our last episode before the hiatus.
拉克斯巫师是有
It might come back. I mean, Bryce said that he's down to come back in like 7 years when his kids grow up. How many of you guys will even be here in 7 years? If TFT isn't still around, I feel like most people would move on with their interests. We would have a different group of people entirely. Not that TFT would be dead, but I would just feel like a lot of people, some people would stay around for sure, but like it'll be a lot of new people. Okay, Prismatic. Tiniest Titan, Pandora's. Like, just for frame of reference, what was going on in your life 7 years ago? 2018. 2018. That's actually... That is way too recent to be 7 years ago, by the way. Cambaran Crown. What the heck? That is way... 2018. Wasn't that like 2 years ago? What the heck? Radiant Shojin probably is the most versatile here. You could take... no, I think it's Shojin. I think it's Shojin. I wouldn't take a frontline one here. And Radiant JG, let's just put it this way, they're buffing Radiant JG for a reason. It's got to be Radiant Shojin. It's the most versatile. You can still play AD if you really want. I was playing League. Alright, so maybe Dizzy will still be around. But all of you guys might be doing something different. I was 15. 15 years old in 2018. Where will Robin be? I actually think Robin... I feel like Robin's going to be a guy that stays around for a really long time. He just strikes me as that kind of guy. Also because I think Robin has a healthy work-life balance. And if he doesn't have a healthy work-life balance, he finds a way to get there. But like, yeah, I think, believe it or not, I think the last people standing in TFT will be like Milk and Robin songs. I feel like everyone else would quit before it. Maybe Soju. The problem with Soju is that I think the chat harassment actually does get to him sometimes. Like part of his success is that he's able to handle chat really well, considering. But like, oh, this guy takes subscription. Oh, he took subscription service to look for Silco. Am I understanding that correctly? He skipped on all of his 4 calls and he's gonna subscription service straight to Silco. Dude, madman. This guy's a madman. But I start to think that Soju's actually starting to get affected by chat from time to time. I was getting out of the military. Thank you for your service. In case it's not said enough. Also Echo. Okay, yeah, I can see that. You're right. He has BT. He can go for Echo. Smeech. Does he have Smeech already? I think he has Smeech. I think he's looking for Rennie, assuming they wants to play. So he could technically play. He could technically play the Ambusher. Oh, I see. So he opens up Chembaron, and then if he gets the Smeech Ambusher angle with Echo, he commits the Ambusher reroll and use the Chembaron for the catch out that way because he has no +1. And if he gets a +1, he can lean into Chembaron and win out. Genius mode. Okay, I mean, it's clever. It's clever. I'll admit. The game plan is very clever from JazLatte. It also could easily just blow up in his face if he just misses... What? 2 more times. If he already missed once, but if he misses 2 more times, it could easily blow up in his face. His chat is AIDS. I mean, you're not wrong.
哇，那这边血量其实是可以。
And in a certain and kind of like what people say all the time. It's not 100% true, but it's sort of a reflection of the streamer too. It's like that doesn't get that way unless he kind of lets it get that way. But I mean, part of it's also that you get older and you change, and maybe things that you thought were funny before aren't that funny now. I'm sure that's what most people think. Like okay, well I'm kind of emotionally still like stuck in my 20s, so I still think some things that are not funny are funny. Like back in the day, everyone used to laugh at this thing. Okay, so our skibbity toilet when I was growing up was something called Homestar Runner. It was basically like a series of online flash animations of just being completely ridiculous, inane humor, and it doesn't make sense. It's not very funny to a lot of adults. It's not very funny to a lot of kids, but it's funny to me. And that's my skibbity toilet. But some things you grow up with and they're just not funny anymore. You need to explain what flash animation is. Basically, it's just how people made cartoons on the internet back in the day. Because Flash was like the development platform that people would draw, like upload to, because it was a cheap way to do it. So there was Flash animations is basically like, yeah, making your own cartoons. But you also did a bunch of other things with Flash too. It was like a way you played games and stuff. Flash, like a lot of browser-based games were based in Flash back in the day. No different than like JavaScript and things like that. Okay, subscription service. Let's see what he gets. Let's see what he gets. Silco. Echo. He's a genius. The JazLatte guy is brilliant. This guy's brilliant. It actually worked. How's your Street Fighter progress? It's going okay. I got the gold. I was thinking of playing some on Wednesday before the. So Wednesday I'll play the new patch, but then I'll be doing Street Fighter for the second half of my stream. Usually I do Street Fighter for like an hour or two, but I think I'll probably be focusing more of it on my stream on Wednesday, because the first set of games is on Thursday. So yeah, magic roll. After this game, by the way, we're probably gonna do set 4 revival ladder, because I need to get ahead of that. Assuming that it's up on PB, I think it is. We'll do some set 4 revival. I'll give away some codes if I'm for every top 4 that I get. Play some set 4 revival, because we could play on the current patch as well, but the current patch is basically done. This is the last couple games that I'm gonna engage with this patch. Tomorrow I'm gonna take off stream. I haven't taken a day off, and I took a day off last week because I needed to because of the doctor, but I still did a lot of work. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to actually take like a day off, maybe do something with the family and like relax a little bit. I generally don't take many days off. As we saw earlier with the number of hours streamed, apparently it's like all APAC streamers and Frodan grinding their asses off. I stream a little bit too many hours probably, but... Are you playing on OC on Wednesday? No. OC's it comes out on Tuesday, but I'll be taking tomorrow off. On Wednesday I'll be playing on the live server. Golemify. Whoa. Taking tomorrow off. Yeah. Just because I need to sleep. I'm pretty tired. I'll probably take a nap tomorrow. Yeah. Patch is on Thursday? Oh, is it? Okay, I guess I'm playing on OC on Wednesday then. Wait, what? Patch is on Thursday? Again? Do they just patch on Thursdays now? I thought they patched only one time Thursday this month, and then they went back to Wednesday. With Golemify, should you be going Sentinels to give it armor or something backline to deal damage? I would say focus on your backline damage when you play Golemify, because your best part of your comp is that you have a ton of HP. it's not that you don't want to make that dummy better, but like you don't need that for a while because you have so much raw HP. Just have the damage. It's like saying, like, put another way, if you have like 6 bruisers and you have a lot of HP, you don't need to be thinking about like, well, should I get sentinels in to make it better right now? Focus on your damage, and then if you still need to make that dummy and your front line a little bit better later on, there are ways to do that. First 3 are Thursday. Oh, that's right. There's a holiday. I mean, I would know that if I took any days off. Nah, I mean, it's good to take days off. I've been really exhausted lately. In a good way. In a good way. I don't know. I like feeling tired in this way because when I feel tired in this way, I feel like accomplished. It's like one of those things where you know, God finally calls time on humanity, kind of recognizes we jumped the shark, right? He's like, oh, you guys are like literally printing shit meme coins now with your incumbent presidents. Time to call it, right? Let's say the alien race is like, yeah, humanity, you're done. At least I'll feel like I have accomplished what I want to accomplish. Like, sure, in the grand scheme of things, I haven't moved the advancement of like science and society, but like at least I would feel personally accomplished. Like, okay, like I did everything I could. I left it all out in the court. And I like feeling that tired, where it's just like, yeah, like I did everything I possibly could, and I go out with no regrets. It's a good tired. There's bad tired where you're just like, you're tired of X, like you're tired of going 8th. You're tired of, you know, dealing with work, whatever. That kind of tired is bad, but this kind of tired feels good. But the thing is, I still need to like rest. 5 enforcer Smeech. Smeechin. Yogan, what up? Maybe I'll watch some Jojo Pyun LEC games, man. And practice my fake League of Legends casting skills. So next time someone asks me, I'm ready. I'm ready to drop a bar. But I'm so out of practice with League. I mean, so it's funny because I cast TFT, I guess, or like talk about TFT, but I feel like I don't understand League of Legends at all anymore. These days, like each year that passes, I feel like less and less in touch with the game. As I watch, I play less and less games. I think last year might have been the first year, I think, since the game came out, where I think I didn't play any solo queue or flex queue. I usually play some every year. I go through a period where I actually play some. I think last year might be the first year I haven't played a single game of solo queue, flex queue. Quality over quantity. I mean, usually you think about aura items, so you're thinking about or like team benefit items. So we have Shiv here, Sunfire, that's good. Mode guy is looking cute. Okay, all right, Mode. Do you have a fan blowing on your hair so you can look more epic, like you're in motion? This is like TFT Baywatch. Instead of running on the beach with his muscles glistening in the sun, it's his hair flowing effortlessly as he rolls down. What's your peak elo in League? Like plat. I was not very good. Like almost diamond. I was never very good at League. So you know what I decided to do? Try to become a League of Legends caster. That's right. Because those that can't play, commentate. Yeah. But that didn't work out either. Okay, I was playing Sisters. He's playing Sisters as well.
然后这边6巫师，那没有选择去搭使者，可能使者这把不好低，因为有另外一家飞来这边遇到拿铁。
I hit at least 2. My God. Succulento. Wait, he's playing. He actually has a spot where you can go to 9 now, and if you get to 9, get to LeBlanc. I actually think that he can like top 2 this game. Because Sorcerer, we talked about it. Sorcerer with quality for quantity, makes all your units deal a ton of damage. His board is good. He has at least 2. He has pretty decent setup. He can actually pivot straight into either Emissary Sorks, or he can honestly just play into Legendaries. Like he doesn't have to stay on Sorcerers, but it's easy because it's the sum of his parts. I think Succulento can top 2 this game. He just has to get to 9, get to LeBlanc, and then find what else to do. He was holding Jace, right? Probably get out of it though. So if you're a challenger in TFT, does that mean you're a bad caster? Oh no, not at all. I actually think that I mean, I'm biased, so take my word with a grain of salt, but I believe that in TFT, being challenger is not mandatory, but heavily encouraged, because it helps you understand the players a lot better. Because the game is so... Oh, wow. A really close fight. Okay, Renata's nice like that. He also has perfect items. Radiant Shojin, Archangels, Nashers. I think being challenger helps you capture a lot of nuance of what's going on. You don't have to be. You can still capture a lot of nuance without being challenger, but it just it helps you see the game in a really different way, having gone through it yourself. I'm actually a big believer of that in general about strategy games. In Hearthstone, I was never the equivalent of challenger though. In Hearthstone, I was the equivalent of GM. I was like a mid-high GM player, equivalent in Hearthstone. I was always like a top 500 legend, top 500 to 300 legend, but I never was really like top 200, which is where like the good players play. And so I was always like good enough. A lot of Hearthstone people actually hit me out. This guy's trade tracker scrap beast mode. A lot of Hearthstone people have commented to me that they are impressed that I'm like they say that like it's wild to me that you're so much better at TFT than you were in Hearthstone. And I was like, well, yeah, like I mean, I've never tried as hard at any game except like TFT is a game that I've tried the hardest at in my life. Period. I've never tried to get as good a game the way I try to get good at TFT. And a lot of Hearthstone people have tried as well, but they weren't able to do it. What is this catch at 300? Flash Ripper is pretty good for. Oh, he has Firelight Emblem. Flash Ripper Smeech. Okay. Does he go Firelight on someone else? Because he's kind of running into item issues. Yeah. Firelight somebody else. Firelight Rennie. Whoa. It's actually such a funny conversation. He's playing Sisters, by the way, just for the Jinx, not Novi. Because I was talking to some Hearthstone people, they're like, yeah, like you're like way better at TFTs than Hearthstone. I'm like, I know. I'm like, no, but you were like not good at Hearthstone. I'm like, okay, you don't need to say it multiple times to drive home the point. I get it. I was like, they kept centering on that piece. They're like, yeah, it's like wild. I'm like, all right. I was like, thanks, man. They're trying to compliment me, but it was like, they're like, yeah, wow, like you're so much better at this game than you were at the previous game. No, they were trying to compliment me. They were just doing it in the not so nice way. You're just trying to make sure you understand. Yeah. No, I got it, man. I got it. Yeah, I know a lot of Hearthstone people try to get good at TFT, and it doesn't click with them. The game doesn't click with them. My buddy Admirable, fantastic at card games. One of the most prolific card games I've ever met. He was he's a world finalist in Hearthstone, and he was very capable in Magic and a bunch of card games. TFT never clicked with him. I casted with him for a couple years in TFT. He casted sets 4 all the way to set 10. But then he went back to, but then he decided to go back to card games because TFT casting wasn't working out since Riot shut it down. JazLatte going bot 4. He's going 8th with this. That'd be kind of sad. I think the line is really cool. His comp looks good. His comp looks actually very good. I would be shocked if he went 8th, and I would be shocked. I would even go as far as to say it on paper. I'd be shocked if he even goes bot 4. I feel like this is like good enough to like get 2nd or 3rd. Like that's how good his board I think. That's how good I think his board is. Why is it still beneficial to play sisters with only Jinx on the board? It's because what matters for Smeech reroll and Echo is hitting 5 Ambusher. And yes, you don't have sisters activated, but you get the 5 Ambusher to activate your carries. As a general rule, always think about how to play around your best units. If you played every comp the same exact way every single game, you're gonna get a wide variety of results, ranging from top 1 to 8th at times. If you have to adapt based off what's happening. If you play League of Legends, we're talking about League of Legends recently, right? Here's an analogy that I often make with students for people who play League, is that in League, sometimes your bot lane is snowballing and your AD carry is fed. Sometimes your jungler and your mid are absolutely thrashing the opponents and you lean into your mid carry. Sometimes your top solo lane is really far behind. You can't rely on them to tank and engage, and you have them play instead like a different role. And it's the same way in TFT. You have to play around your best units. Sometimes you have like your itemized carry and it's good and you lean into it, and sometimes you have to adapt. So if you're in a situation, for example, in this game, most people think of Scrap as a Corki line, but what is this Corki? This Corki is completely on utility duty. This is a Corki that went 0-7 in lane, and his support is just like roaming, you know, like who cares about this guy? He's just purely here to help out, and it's all about the Echo show. You have to lean into what you got. It's Corki 1. This dude is just here to help out, and let Echo and Big Daddy Rumble take care of things. Well, I mean, he's gonna lose this fight, I think. Actually, Echo Azonius is really good. Oh, the duel! Oh.
送走2家，这样子小步积分应该又往前挺。这个 SilLuck 的话，刚开始是在第6名的位置啊，那 Cassigod 的是在第5名。
Yeah, report Corki. Exactly. I mean, Corki diff. For sure.
就刚好就差那顾奇和新的伤害了，5支3的。
JazLatte is a beast. I agree, man. I was telling you, his board looks legitimately great. I'd be so shocked if he went 8th, and I would even be surprised if he went bot 4. His board looks really good. Mel, you gotta find a way to play Mel here. Okay. So he cuts. I can't even tell what he cuts. That probably means that it wasn't important. Succulento. He got to 9. LeBlanc 1. He got to 9 and he had a rebel emblem. Okay. He cut Automata? Okay, I mean that's useless. Automata, just a little bit of damage, a little bit of tankiness for his Nocturne. That's a great cut then. Do artifacts and support items count as 2 or 1 component for scrap? I believe it counts as 2. It's because it's a full item. Look at Corki's red buff plus Obsidian Cleaver. Isn't Cleaver's like a melee item in League, right? Yeah. Is Golemify able to get the anomaly? No. Sadly, no. That'd be kind of funny though. Oh, reposition right side. The thing is, this team is about to get completely stunned by Elise. Yeah. Oh. Oh. No, Garen's still alive. I'm kind of sad the Scuttle Crab doesn't even do anything. At least, like, maybe he could do some light AoE around him. No, Kahdei. Oh, Succulento should win the game. I think he won the tournament, right? Like, he's so far ahead with his 1-1-1-1. Then he went, like, 4th. And he might go another 1. It is if you sell the whole board. So you could anomalize your golem if you sell the whole board. Are you even able to do that? You sell your whole board going into the anomaly round. Okay. Is that I've never seen that. I've never is that LeDuc in turret? I feel like that LeDuc found that out. I feel like okay, yes, okay, that makes total sense. That sounds exactly right up his alley. That just sounds funny. Oh man. JazLatte top 4. I don't know about this matchup. LeBlanc 2 is pretty high burst. Left Tripper does give a second life though. Oh, close. Epic top 4 though. I think it's a good top 4. Considering that he was lower HP than he wanted to be, he is at 17 HP when he stabilized. That's very low. The golem loses it? Oh, okay, so you can't actually. Are you gonna be training for the slam today? Not on stream. Today I have a couple of things I gotta do. Today, after this, I'm gonna play set 4 for a couple hours, and then I have a sponsor stream at 2 p.m. with AFK Journey. I don't know if anyone's played that game before, but I've never played it. I've seen a couple people play it before. It looks really pretty. So I have a sponsor stream today. So that's gonna happen at 2 p.m. for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So I don't have time for Street Fighter today. Tomorrow I'm gonna take off, and then Wednesday I'm gonna play some Street Fighter. TFT is Street Fighter. The game has a TFT mode? Wait, really? I'm down to try that. I've played it before. It's pretty good and not as gacha as the other ones. Okay. Well, if you guys have never played it, you guys should download using my link, because it's basic. Like, if you guys can't ever sub to me, that's totally cool. I'm never gonna like charge you to watch the stream. You just have to watch ads. Wait, Succulento won again. But one of the best ways you can always support is like if you download and like play through the thing. That's like basically subbing, because they give me like a few dollars when that happens. What the heck? 1111541. Succulento. Wait, so that happened in both NA and EU. Like the first place player just cleared everyone. 1111541. Kangsunjong, second place. Kahdei, JazLatte, all the top 4. Mode missed by 1 point. That's sad. Good. Wait, you only bot forward 1 time today though. That's good stuff. That's like JD Zielinski. 44444. And then top 8 was SilLuck, CantWithoutYou, Cassigod. Okay. All right, not bad. Why didn't Title play? He got eliminated. Why 12th? 12th is good. 12th is, it's a really... APAC is so competitive. It's the all-stars of the entire region. The top VN players, the top KR players, the top OC players, the top Taiwan players, the top Philippine players. There's some other top Singapore players, top JP players. It's like, it's everyone sending their best of the best. 12th is pretty damn good for YBY. And he had one unfortunate 8th place where he played Automata. And if he didn't do that, he probably would have qualified for final lobby. And who knows what happens from there. Maybe he gets top 4. JazLatte was mad that Talon signed VN players. Oh, is because Talon's based... Where's Talon based in? Talon Esports. Talon Esports. Is it Taiwan? Oh, it's based in Hong Kong. Right. I remember them from Valorant. I know they're Valorant team. But they're based in Hong Kong. All right, folks. Good stuff. Congratulations to Succulento. Congratulations to the top 4. APAC, good stuff overall. Some cool plays. I think today the player of the day was Succulento, clearly. But I think shout out to JazLatte. Showed us some really cool plays today. Really unusual stuff. I'm going to go ahead and /marker this. /marker.